they 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 didn't want this show to happen. They they think that it's a very negative thing that what we're doing. But what we're doing is right now is we're trying to get some sort of we try to we try to find out, guys, the truth and nothing but the truth. You can't handle the truth. No, I can't. Speaking of handling the truth, Rich Giordano, welcome to the show. How are we?
Can you hear me now?
How's it going, man? I'm fine, mate. I'm fine.
What's up?
I am fine.
Thanks for having me.
Scott Brown, welcome, my friend. We have never met in person.
No, we have not. We have not.
But I can smell the aroma now of pure conspiracy coming from you. I'm liking it already. And
good to
Ryan,
find you, Ollie.
Yes.
Hey,
Ryan, welcome, my friend. Out in the sticks as always. Out in the sticks. We will have Osvaldo Franco joining us at one point. I want to say thank you to everybody for being here tonight. It's been a strange journey that Anjali has been on, and it seems to be getting stranger and stranger and stranger. So I'm going to try and find out what is going on. I'm going to put out for the record right now, Anjali, if you are watching this, I met you on Alien Girl 111's show. You seem like a very nice lady. I don't believe a word you are saying and never have. But I think there's a reason why you're doing this, because everybody has an agenda, and maybe your heart is not in UFOlogy. But and you know what? Mine's not. Mine's just into the drama. You know this, and this is why I'm doing it. So, guys, Rich, what are we cooking tonight?
What are we cooking? Meatballs. Is
Richard,
that what can you hear me? Are we live?
We are live. Osvaldo Franco, welcome to the show, my friend.
There he is.
hello. What's up, everybody?
There he is. There he is. Oz, welcome.
He's got feedback coming in.
What's up, everybody?
Hello. You've got feedback, mate. Mute until you fix it.
Welcome. You've got feedback.
It's still, yeah, it's him. He's got his speakers on.
I think you got a speaker on.
Yeah,
Any
that's
better?
not gonna work. No, I can hear myself talking on your speakers.
Yeah, okay. He's got his speakers on.
Why is that happening?
Oz, I'm
There's
gonna
a lag.
I'm gonna drop you out, and you go on the computer like you normally do. Okay, mate?
Oh, my God, I was going nuts already.
Yeah, we can't have any.
There's always one. There's always one that's got to do that.
Well, it's not Ozzy's fault. He's just.
Come on, this is the 900th show the guy's done.
Yeah, but you know how these things work, Rich. Well,
And
they
how
don't
are
know. I don't
He's
know. How
got
they work.
earbuds in. How are we hearing anything anyway? I don't understand.
Before I'm going to bring him back in for a sec. No, it's still there. All right, Oz, you need to fix that before you get back on. Send me a message when it's fixed. Rich, before we go any further, for anybody, because I've had a few people today saying, "Who is Anjali?" So can you just do a really very quick, straight to the point story? I could do it, but I'll sound very condescending and very.
I'm not going to do the whole time. I'll just give the brief description. She went public in August, I believe, and did this mock media event where she wanted to announce that she's experienced aliens inside a cave, which happens to be on a gentleman's property named Wayne. And I guess talking to him, he kind of, I don't know, brought her there. Maybe Ryan knows. I forget how it happens. I've heard 3 different stories. But nonetheless, she experienced aliens in this cave entrance to an alien base. And she's been talking about how she's going to get a research team. And within 6 months, she's going to get evidence that we can't deny that aliens are here in that base on this guy's property, and she was going to let the world know. That's it in a nutshell. And I'll add a little bit to the nut chip. because as soon as she said that, I said she'll never come back with any evidence ever. She'll have an excuse right before she's supposed to go there or come back with the evidence. Oh, something happened. The cave collapsed, I said would happen. Or Wayne decided he didn't want to do it anymore. Something would come up. And of course it did. And I think it was cancer. Like Wayne's dealing with his cancer. She said, nobody can say anything about cancer, God forbid. So she used cancer knowing that it would affect people emotionally. You can't talk about cancer. Well, I do. I like cancer. Cancer gets rid of, bad things. That's what it's for, right? I don't know. That's what a doctor told me. You got cancer because
there can be many forms of cancer, and like a cancer in the field.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying.
I know what you meant.
Yeah, okay. Not health-wise. But anyway, so...
No, we don't want anybody to get cancer.
No, God. Oh, no, come on. Now, Tuesday she went on Alien Girl's show, Alien Girl 111, and made this announcement, which she did on Twitter anyway, that the trip is off. And we are going to have to reschedule and come up with a new plan. And Wayne has cancer. And, well, I was on the panel. Scott talked to her and Truth Seekers last night. So that's where we're at.
I mean, he could have cancer. So, I hope
he could.
Wayne, and I hope, Wayne, if you have, you're on the mend. We don't want anybody to have cancer. We don't want anybody to have any sort of illness. Everybody in the world.
Even if he has cancer, who is she to tell the world this guy's got cancer?
I know what you're saying, Rich. It was a little bit like that was brought back in. And it's almost like the reason why she's saying it's not happening at the cave. I don't think that's the reason, though. She did say it's not happening because this guy has been exposed and people know his location, i.e. Ryan down below. Ryan, it's your fault that we're not going to get disclosure. How does that make you feel?
He's frozen.
Oh, he has frozen. I just thought he was being extremely still.
Yeah, you froze.
Oh, no, we can hear you, though, mate.
Oh, there.
Oh, really?
Well, we can hear you. So, you can talk. We can hear you.
Okay.
Thanks, Bruno.
Thank you, Bruno, my friend.
The rest of the people here.
You're cutting out so bad.
Much like the rest of the people here. Really.
Okay, now you're back.
Would it be okay if I just switch over to audio only?
Audio. Yeah, of course, mate. Of course.
It'll help.
All right, let me do that.
I'm going to send Osvaldo Franco the invite again. Oz, if you can try and make sure you've got your whatever you did before on the last few shows, it worked.
Either way, Ryan's gone now.
We'll get there.
we'll get. You know what? It's the aliens. They're fighting for Anjali. They're trying to make us look bad.
Oh, he wants me to send it on. Okay, I get you, Oz. I get you.
Bruno Souder.
Want me to send you this on an email?
Thanks, Bruno, man.
There we go, Ryan. You're back in the game.
Okay, I apologize about that connection issue there. Hopefully, this will be a lot better.
Sounds great.
Hear you perfect.
So I think were you asking me a question? I'm sorry, it was just really cutting out on my side.
I just said, how does it feel that you may have stopped disclosure?
Terrible.
You should feel terrible.
Absolutely. The only thing I feel terrible, just to clear the air, is I just want to apologize to the community for being a little bit overly upset last night. I don't want to get into it too much, but I definitely do want to at least acknowledge that.
Well, emotions run high when it comes to people. Thank you, Bruno, again, my friend. When it comes to people that feel like they're being called out when you've put all the research in, and I think what people are calling you out for, Ryan, and I've had conversations with you now for the past couple of days on we need to see the evidence, but I understand exactly where you're coming from with where you are with this evidence. If you could try and explain to the people, the audience, why you have not disclosed exactly what you have.
Are we speaking about like the picture of Wayne and this Anjali? Is that what you're
A
referring
bit
to?
of it, yeah, all of it. I'm going to be in the middle of getting this conversation up ready for the
Okay.
chat.
From my end, this is what I do for work. I research stories to write and sell for television networks. Wayne, as an example, and all of you have a copy of this. I paid $1,000 to him to talk and go on camera with the intent of wanting to sell the story. I respectfully to Ollie, he asked me to come on the show and just show as much as I could, and I'm hoping that I can do that. We have a lot of information to show everybody tonight, and I hope that it at a minimum closes the door on some questions that I think a lot of people are asking.
So how did you actually get? Why did you want to do this in the first place? Oz, can you put yourself on mute for a sec, mate? There's still feedback coming from you, but it's a lot better than what it was. But if you put yourself on mute until you want to speak, mate, that'd be great. Thank you very much. I love you, Ryan. Why did you decide to do this? How did this happen?
That's a really great question. After I was done with the Travis Walton story and speaking with a lot of people here in the UFO community and having an interest in the topic myself, I fascinated probably more with the psychology behind why people do the things they do, why they come up with these stories, whether they're real or not. I'm very fascinated with that. I've said from the beginning on various shows that in my heart, I really do believe in UFOlogy. I want desperately to find something that's real. I've been to all of the most fabled locations, and we'll continue on that quest.
So, in terms of what actually triggered you to go after, I'm going to say so aggressively, but so persistent to prove this story, to get the evidence of this story. What triggered you to do that in the first place?
For me, not knowing as much as you guys about the different topics, for me, this was a story that was so, we'll say over the top, perhaps, but was also presented in a way with a military background, Department of Defense, intelligence officer, that for me added a bit of suspense, we could say, a bit of intrigue. So I took it upon myself to get in contact. I felt with the amount of clues that were put out, I almost felt that it was a bit of a dare. And I suppose that I simply just took Anjali up on her offer.
So you think I'm going to move on to Scott and Rich and Oz when he comes back, but you did this because you was triggered to do this from Anjali?
No, I did it because I think that it's a fascinating story. It's a unique story, and in the most simple of ways, I think I wanted it to be real, and I have to see the evidence for myself. So that would put the fuel in my gas tank to continue. I wanted it to be real and see it myself.
You thought that she might have a place where aliens are sitting underground in a base? You really thought that could be real after all the Billy Myers and Travis Waltons of the world? I'm surprised to hear that, Ryan.
I perhaps would be embarrassed to say that, but yes, I initially, yes, I did.
All right. It's a good answer.
Rich, I'm going to ask if you can take over the panel for a bit while I get this evidence ready. That would be awesome if you could just take over the show, because I've got to get this evidence, because with the internet going out, I just not had
Yeah,
time to
yeah.
get it
Let me
over.
grab the notes. I got them. Hold on.
Beautiful, man. Osvaldo Franco, how are you, my friend? You good? You're looking delicious tonight.
Thank
Scott,
you.
you're welcome. Did you ever believe Anjali? I haven't had the chance to ask you that. Are you an Anjali believer?
Ali, why are you getting so close to the microphone?
Oh, I don't know.
It's overmodulating.
Sorry.
I do it too. I was so. Osvaldo's not going to answer that question. He was asking you that if you believed on Anjali, Osvaldo.
I've been saying she was BS since go.
Oh, okay.
I was on an episode with you. We talked about it. Remember?
Oh yeah, we did.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's a long time ago. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
I've been in this game too long, dude. This is not, honestly, dude, this is not the first time some lady has told me a story about a cave with UFOs in it. This is an old scam. This is not even like a good scam. This is like those that fell for it are showing that they're green, basically. Like I don't see how anybody could have.
I see people who I thought would never believe it almost falling for it now.
Dude, I got into all right. You know what's pissing me off? Bryce Zabel.
Why?
Bryce Zabel, dude. He actually penned an article. I was really on her side. I thought she was really gonna do this. I was like, what? Like you write books with Richard Dolan? How the hell didn't Richard tell you, pull you aside and say no? You know, this is just like it's ridiculous. Like I don't know how like yeah, UFOs are real, but this clearly has nothing to do with that.
I feel like she's made a bit of a mock.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous. It's sad too. Like I mean, especially like, dude, if you've been in this for a while, and you didn't know from go that this was awful. You know, this was the same, BS that happens every couple years with us, like clockwork. You know, like come on, dude. Like this was like, like remember that time we didn't ascend? You know, or the time that stellar convergence, nothing happened. Or the only other like myriad of bullshit, utter fucking bullshit that this field has been drowning in for 3 generations. Like they still don't know. This is why people leave.
Yeah. And Dorothy made a good comment. You know, a lot of people might take her seriously because she did that fake press conference, and it kind of gave more credibility to her than the most people who come out with stories. Dude,
I
know, but people who are...
That's not a press conference.
I know.
Dude, that looked like she went to the library and started giving a lecture. You know? Basically, you saw
nobody was
jogging
there
behind her. When was the last time you saw somebody jogging behind Joe Biden? Like, really, it's a press conference.
That... The funny thing is, nobody was there, and she goes, I can't believe there's nobody here. I know I told them all I'm doing this. I'm like, lady, you're talking about aliens in a cave. Come on, who's going to take that seriously?
A tunnel, Rich. It was a tunnel.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, forgive me. Actually, it's a base. But I thought that was a good point, because people who are green, and she's counting on the green people, will believe her. Because that's why that, little fake press conference thing was, you don't see that too often. You got to give her credit for trying to do the hoax better than the other hoaxers.
Thank you for the super chat there, and thank you everybody else for the super chats. I love you all. That's why I was giving you. If I give you the kiss, that's because I don't want to interrupt the guest. But the evidence is coming. I'm working on the evidence. Some of the evidence. It's not. Some of the evidence. Ryan will be explaining what's going to happen with some of the other evidence. It's very complicated. It is very complicated. But I've been on so many telephone calls all through today with Ryan. So there is things coming. And I'm working on some of it right now. This is why I'm letting these guys take over the show. Scott, give us your because you were on Cambian's show last night, I believe. You were on Cambian? Truth Seekers, yeah. So last night when you were on the show, I thought you was very polite to Anjali, but do you believe the woman, the lady, the lass? The lady, she's a very 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 polite lady. I have to say, she seems like she comes across like a nice person.
She has to,
but then she turns into a dragon when you call her out.
Yeah.
That's the deflection. Sorry, Scott, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm on the same page with Rich and Oswaldo. I didn't believe it from the get-go. Too many years being in this field, too many times seeing people come down the road with these new tales, and we're just so used to it that it's an automatic, like I was saying last night, it's like a trigger. It's almost like a defense that we put up because we know that these people are still going to keep coming with their stories and their fake tales. And let's not forget this, Rich. One of the first people to promote her was George Knapp on Mystery Wire.
Oh my gosh, that's right.
And he wrote the article that got her name pretty much out there. And so that's kind of important, that he's promoting more of that junk.
Well, it goes along the lines with all the other stuff he's associated with.
Right.
Well, yeah. Like
sad to say.
A lot of the big guys did that. This dude, Jimmy Church, was on her side. The hell are you talking about, dude?
He is
like
lost.
What? And it's like, listen, I get you have to produce content. I get that. You have to come up with new stuff every day. But, and even if you're going to try to play devil's advocate with these people, you should at least add a caveat, to that. Not just like go along or pretend like you don't know, like I could be. No, this is sore shit.
I'll be perfectly honest. I mean, I asked her to come on the show months ago. And, I would have probably played a little bit of devil's avocado. Because I tend to do that. So I do get it from a host. I get it from a host when you have a guest in front of you and, that they are saying that they've, stroked purple aliens or whatever she's done. I get it. I get the host has to be polite. But at the same time, I really, if I'd have had her on, and Anjali, you're very welcome to come on at some point, not for this show because this is completely different. Unless you want to come on and defend yourself at the end, I don't think you can. I don't think she can. All she can say right now is that this is not true. And no matter what I said this to you today, Ryan, no matter what happens, no matter what gets released, these people will be fake. These texts will be fake. The conversations will be fake. Because there are people in the community that I know and love, and some of them are probably in my chat, and I love you all, but you have to understand she is testing the waters, and I kind of want to get that out of the way early into this show of what exactly it is she's doing. So Ryan, before we bring up some of the stuff, can you tell the audience what she's doing?
I would call it a social experiment, beta testing her book, trying theories, trying to see what will happen, what is received well, and what is not. I think for people that are paying attention to her Twitter, as an example, there's the story slowly warps and grows and changes. Like within the last 24 hours, we're now told that emergency medical services were called after her fake experience with this UFOs, and the ambulance and 911 did a drug test on her, and she wasn't high or no hallucinogenics. That's not how that works. An ambulance, emergency medical services, they don't administer drug tests to people. It's just, I would 911 call, like, hey, I just got out of a cave or a tunnel with some aliens. Can you come help? It's very bizarre.
They did find the medicinal marijuana, though, right?
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
She did admit to that, yeah.
The gateway.
That's the only like hallucinogen that really can be picked up by a standard test. A lot of our guys in the military actually use mushrooms because they don't appear in peace tests.
Right.
So
Interesting.
Oh wow,
that's
I didn't know that.
yeah, no, I heard that from some buddies of mine
Good
over
to know.
there doing their thing. So that's again, that's doesn't ring true at all. That's not how that works. That's somebody who's coming up with something, thinking, ah, that sounds about right, and no, it's not. It won't stand up to scrutiny.
Yeah, I agree. What you're saying resonates with me as well. But even more so, 911 doesn't administer drug tests. Like they don't come out and just there's not a delivery service of drug tests.
Right.
So Ryan, back to the initial question there, because Ginger Steve has kindly donated and he's asking who is benefiting from this, and I think this is what the conversations that me and you have gone back and forth, and I said we need to kind of get this out in the open so the public know exactly what she's doing, that she wants to be the next the next big
Stephanie
thing.
Meyer. Stephanie
Stephen
Meyer.
Greer. Or
we
no,
want
Stephen
Stephanie
Greer,
Meyer.
dude. Go for the top.
Whitley
No.
Strieber.
We actually have the evidence of what she wants to be. But yeah, she wants to be the next Stephanie. You told me this last night, and I said, "Who's Stephanie Meyer?" You said the Twilight lady. I should have known.
Yeah, wrote the Twilight's an author behind the Twilight series.
Oh, that's right. She wrote a YA novel, didn't she?
Say again?
I think she wrote a YA novel, actually.
That's correct. Yeah,
Yeah.
Anjali's is called the Nameless.
Yeah.
Have you read this book?
A baseless, right?
have-
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
is
Ollie,
it,
she's now got it online for free.
It's that good?
so no, she's testing the waters there. That's what she's doing. She's get that's the you call it a beta. That's the beta. That's the beta. Yeah.
Beta testing.
Beta.
Interesting, yeah.
Beta.
No, beta.
Yeah.
Beta.
Yeah.
Okay.
UK beta.
VHS.
So she's got it online for free. I'm going to get my wife to download this.
It was on
she's a reader.
Amazon. I believe it was on Amazon Kindle. I
It
believe.
was.
I do believe that
It
she was charging for it. Her story, it really started back in right around 2018, initially on Reddit, and her traction on Reddit was poor. Her numbers, even on Twitter, were low. Her rise to UFO popularity, I suppose we'll call it, is a direct result of, in my opinion, the UFO community. Her numbers, before she was on Jimmy Church, her numbers were about 800 followers. After Jimmy Church, that almost quadrupled. And then she went over on Truth Seekers, the numbers grew even more. For me, and especially once everybody sees the evidence that I'm really excited to share tonight, the only reason she's here is because we have all been willing participants in her novel, regardless if you believe in her story or not. We've all been participants in her craft.
This is why I did the thumbnail to what it is, which I felt quite bad about doing that, because I'm not calling her a monster by any means.
Why do you feel bad?
Because
If that was Greer, you wouldn't feel bad.
I tell you why I feel bad, because I have no idea who that guy is that I electrocuted in the thumbnail. But
well, that's the jogger.
this is what we did. We created this 100%. The
Oh,
community.
dude, I said no from go. I
I
don't
said
waste
no
time.
too.
So did I.
There's
No
some
is
of us
good,
stood
though.
up and said no,
No,
and
we
really
s-
didn't think much of this and watched this snowball and
It
kept
doesn't-
saying
No,
shit.
no is
Kept
good.
continuously.
It doesn't
That's
matter
my
if you
Twitter
said
feed.
no.
It's like, this woman
Did
is
we-
nuts.
Oz,
Don't go
did
into
we-
that cave.
What we're doing now, we're still creating that monster. We're still talking about it. We are still feeding the fire.
Yeah, you guys are ruining my life right now. I'm now a UAP bully because I asked a hard question.
I love that. Dude, that's so funny.
I don't mind it at all.
You have to remember that, like Oswaldo here and Rich and the others, Scott, a no is actually a lot better than a yes, because a no will help direct the story to get more yeses in terms of creativity, authoring works. That's why I say that a no is good.
Right.
Yeah, no, I get that completely. So last night with do you feel like we over Alien Girls 111 Cambion show, because that's kind of where it started, where she dropped the bomb that the expedition's off, and then it was discussed last night on Cambion's show, which you dropped out a few times, Ryan. I know you felt uncomfortable, but also the connection was bad. Do you feel like we've got anywhere after that? And that's no disrespect to Truth Seeker's show or Amy's, but do you feel like we've got anywhere? We probably won't even get anywhere after this, because I don't know what we can do to actually put a stop to this ludicrous. It's just ludicrous. It really is. I don't understand why people are buying this in the community.
Dude, we have to police ourselves. That's the problem. There's
Correct.
a lot of problems that we have. We have this, dude. There's these people, the kindness cult, cult, that we must be nice and kind to the people that lied to us and deceive us, skullduggery and all this nonsense, dude. That stand on our subject to prop themselves up and damage it when it all falls to shit, and us. Like, no, dude. There's some things that you can't just do nice. You know, and ignoring it doesn't make it go away. I'm saying, man, how many times has David Wilcock returned from the fucking dead? You know, like every time, like his head gets chopped off and burned, and everything's burned, like he pops back up about a year later with some next nonsense. Doesn't want to talk about all the stuff he screwed up.
Right.
David, if you're watching this, I'd love to get you on the show.
We need to stop this. I'm sick of this. This is embarrassing. Ufology is doing better than we've ever done before, ever. Shit like this is going to cause, dude, it's going to make people that are like scientists that are openly coming into this field now not want to do it, because they're going to have to deal with this horse shit. This is embarrassing. Yep. It's impeding us. It's always impeded us. We need to be more aggressive in calling out bad actors in this field openly and consistently, and not allowing that to continue, including those that have big platforms and get propped up on them.
100%.
A person who's telling the truth, they would get the evidence first. They wouldn't announce to the world, hey, I'm going to go get this. Oh, well, maybe I'm wrong on that. You know, scientists work on stuff and they said, we're going to try to discover this. So, but in this field, you can't do that. That's the true point of it all. She goes, I guess I'm naive. I didn't know. Somebody who's into UFOs for as long as she's been and aliens doesn't know anything.
She's in the chat and she wants to join.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, I'm serious. She's in the chat and wants to join.
Oh, really?
See, the issue I have there. She's welcome to join, but as long as it's a back and forth, and not a. Thank you, Stephen, for the super chat. So, while I'm sending her the invite, Ryan, are you comfortable with having Anjali on? Because I know you were on Cambion's show last night. Or do you want me to invite her in after a bit?
No, I think you absolutely should have her on. I think that I think we should focus on showing all of the evidence first, everything that we've got from Wayne, so that we can build that foundation and then have her on after.
Right. So you want me?
I want to make sure that we show. I want to make sure that we show the evidence before we get derailed with.
Okay,
with
Anjali, I will send you the invite on Twitter in a moment after I put this up.
Ollie, are you open to other people coming on, like the Hidden Underbelly? He said he wanted to come on.
Yeah, send the invite out. As you know, as long as everybody's paying.
Well, I mean, just put it in the chat room.
Well, the invite.
Yeah.
I'm not putting it in the chat room. I could end up with anybody on. I could end up with a naked man on.
That's true.
You know, you guys play a risky game there.
I never thought of that.
I could end up with Ginger Steve on here. You know, Ginger Steve. What's that say, Rich? Do you mind reading?
Oh
Ginger, well, I'm trying to get the evidence up.
Yeah, because I know Ginger Steve wanted this to be spoken about. Think beyond the book. her book that she might be writing. What is the long-term consequences of her proved a liar right now, of her being a liar right now? We know it's not real. How'd she become so big so quick? Well, that's what Osvaldo said. It was because she was on, what show is it? His show. What is it?
Jimmy Church.
Well, no, she was also
Jimmy
on
Church and also George
George
Knapp.
Knapp. Yeah,
And George
so
Knapp and
that's what happened.
Knapp
It just snowballed.
as well.
It that's why it got so big, Ginger Steve. It's somebody saying that they've experienced this alien base and says they were going to get proof within 6 months. Some people bought into it, some didn't. And now we're, continually talking about it because the trip is off for now. So that's why she got so big, because, it's like Billy Meyer, man. I mean, it's the same thing. He's got a lot of evidence that isn't evidence, but, he's one of those people who says he's being visited and still being visited to this day, but never proves it.
Yeah, all his kids say he's full of shit.
Oh, yeah. It's
yeah,
amazing.
like his family.
Hey,
like, yeah, it's
Rich.
Somebody?
Hey, Rich.
Yes.
Do you have? Oh, maybe here we go. Never mind.
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
So the first ones are going up. Rich,
Right.
do you want to take over here while I'm getting them in the chat? This is the first. This is
So
from
let's talk
today.
about what led up. Is that okay?
Yeah, of course it is.
So
Go.
yeah, just now Ryan is here in green and Wayne is in the other one, the reply. So what led up to this chat?
So what led up to this is I started speaking with Ollie by phone fairly early this morning, and he had asked me to facilitate Wayne being on the show tonight. And my suggestion back was that we would give Wayne a call on a three-way call, and Ollie could pitch the idea to him. So this morning, Ollie and I did call Wayne. That call is there's a record of it's recorded. Unfortunately, we were not able to get Wayne by voice. However, Ollie did leave a fantastic email for him. The text messages pick up here where I am texting Wayne right when I got off the phone, telling him I had a voicemail. I think it'd be cool, Rich, if you'd be willing to read these.
I will. So it starts out, hey Wayne, just tried getting a hold of you, left a voice message. Get back to me when you can. Here is a link to the guy for tonight, Alien Addict. Ryan, heard the message. Not going on any talk shows. Watched a little bit of you last night. Shit show. Okay, I understand. No problem. I'm embarrassed by my behavior last night. I really lost my cool. Sorry if I said anything I should not have. Are you able to chat by phone? It felt good. We were cheering you on. I can tell you a little later, or we can text. Oh, really? well, I guess, yeah, text is fine. Can you advance that a little bit for me?
Are you ready for the next one? Yeah.
Oh, yes, sir. Would it be okay if I asked you some questions that have come up and things I'd like to discuss tonight on the Alien Addict Show? When did you meet Anjali? Met her outside of Palm Springs a few years ago, weekend trip with my wife. She was at a coffee shop talking about her book. Never knew her before that. By the way, she was at a coffee shop promoting her book and selling it and doing autographs, right, Ryan?
That's my understanding, yes.
That's the understanding, too. Okay. I see. Okay, so you guys struck up a conversation there. Yes. Told us she was retired military. We bought her book. Did you tell her that you'd been seeing aliens around your property? Next page, please. Hell no. She is lying. No aliens. Did you guys leave together and go back to your place? Actually, if you have the time, can you walk me through the story? I want to make sure I don't get any details wrong. Well, we liked her and thought she was friendly. Dreamed of being an author like Stephanie Meyer, the lady who wrote Twilight. She said she was living on a tight income and was hoping to find an investor to help her with, write her books. Gave her our phone number. Biggest mistake we made. How did the aliens come up? Secret base. Well, we knew she wanted to write books about aliens and UFOs. It's a good topic. Turn the page, please. I have to do different voices so you know who's who. Turn the page. Why do you think she is doing all of that? Oh, wait. We knew she wanted to write a book about aliens. I agreed to help her. What we did not agree to is her telling the internet that we had aliens living behind our house. Did not agree for her to use my name or talk about my company. This is when we decided that we could not continue to help her. Why do you think she's doing all this? She's testing her ideas on the internet, wants to see what will work. What about the expedition she's planned? Well, we found out she was doing this we told her she's not welcome here. She never asked before. She told me the whole world. She told the whole world they could come look for a tunnel. Next page. Next page, please. Next page.
I think my internet's dropping out again.
What about the expedition? Well, when we found out she was doing this, we told her she's not welcome. There is no tunnel, no aliens. It's all BS. Now I have a Looney Tunes that are calling me, and my personal information is on the internet. We want nothing more to do with this. I understand. I'm really sorry for all this happened. I know I was one of those guys that called you out of the blue. Is there anything I can do to help? Would it be okay if I, showed the messages? If you change your mind and want to come on the show, just let me know. That is fine. Next page, please. The picture of you and Anjali, the one you showed me on camera. Can I show that on Alien Attic tonight? No! I do not want you to do that. Don't want anything more to do with any of this. Ryan, after this, we don't want to talk about any of this anymore. Our good deed is now being punished. All good deeds, go unpunished, whatever that is. I understand. Thank you, Wayne, and once again, I'm really sorry this happened. I won't contact you about any of this anymore. Thank you for your time, and it was nice meeting you. Thanks! Sorry, one more question. What? What do you want, Ryan? You are saying you are done. Does that mean you don't want me using the footage of you either? Turn the page, please.
There we go.
Yeah, one more page now.
Oh, 1 second. I think that may have.
Let me see if I got it. I got it.
You got it.
Yeah, hold on. I don't want nobody.
You may as well just read it. May as well just read it, Rich. You don't even need to bring it up. I mean, it's.
Does that mean you don't want me using the footage of you either? I'm not worried about the money so much as I would like to be able to tell the story. If you get the contract and you show it to me, then we will discuss it at that time. Over and out. That's it, right?
As to which point I said to Ryan, and Ryan, I people have already discussed it anyway, but you paid the guy £1,000.
Dollars, correct.
$1,000, yeah, to fly over his ranch, whatever it is,
with the drone, yeah,
and to talk to him, interview him on camera, all of these things, yes.
Which, I mean, am I allowed to show some of this drone, some of the stills?
You can show anything that I've sent you. You're more than welcome to use. No, hold nothing back.
So that's the location of the little love heart. Is that the that's the area? Then?
So that's not a drone picture. Just to be upfront, that's an aerial image from Google.
Oh, right. Okay. Are any of these drone images that you sent me?
There's terrestrial-based footage, which you have and Rich has as well, of what the area looks like on the ground.
Is this something you've taken, Ryan, when you were there?
That's not a drone image. That's the neighborhood there down below. This is what just real-life imagery of what the place looks like there as well.
So you took these with your camera?
I know. These photos here are off of a hiking website.
All trails.
Oh.
Right. Okay.
Oh, so far we don't
There's
have any
there's a
real pictures.
there's a public hiking trail right behind Wayne's place.
Please tell me you have real pictures you took.
Oh, absolutely. I have
Whew.
a lot. Yeah.
All right, because if you didn't, I had to go.
course.
It's over for me.
Oh boy.
I'm just joking. I mean, we were getting Google pics and trail cams. I'm like, come on, man, you're killing me.
So,
boy. I think Sorry, go ahead.
So Ryan, before, because I know if Anjali comes on, she's gonna say to you that, and I said this to you. I said those messages from Wayne. She will say that is you messaging yourself. Okay.
Correct. So
That's
we're
what
prepared for that as well.
and that's what the community is going to say. That support this. I need for you to now explain why you didn't show you are not showing the proper evidence that you have.
Why am I not showing the proper? Well, in terms of what? Like the photo of them together?
In terms of your career, in terms of the reason, your confidential.
I am right now in a negotiation with a production house. I'm putting together a series about her story, the Walton story, Dulce, Roswell, Socorro, and that deal is pending. It makes much more sense for me professionally to entertain contracts that are based in. This is what I do for work.
It's basically going to be tabloidy then.
Is it no, so it's a production house that has agreements with Netflix and Amazon Prime.
Are we going to see any evidence tonight? I know we saw the text messages, but
I think the text, for me, those are really neat. I think the way that Wayne describes all this firsthand, I think is very, very cool, and it also makes sense.
I know, but honestly, nothing against that, but that's not really any really evidence yet. It doesn't show a phone number to verify it's him. I don't know it's him. I don't know his face. It could be just somebody making stuff up. I'm just saying that's what it looks like. Yeah,
so there's a video. It's very fair, and this was prepared for, I suppose. So there's a video, Ollie, if you wouldn't mind playing it, that I sent you the link.
Is that the video of the? Which one? Which one have you sent me the link to?
The phone call.
Correct.
Oh, have you sent that to me in an email? Right. Okay. Give me one moment. You bring that up. Ryan, which one's this? Sorry, which link is this? Is this the recording?
I believe it was sent to you. On WhatsApp. Would you like it in your email? I can send it.
Yeah, send it on the send it on the email, mate. Because my WhatsApp doesn't speak to this machine. See, one thing that surprises me about this case is that so many people in the field that will jump on people like, say, for example, Corbell, that he's showing a few bits of UFO footage, but Anjali is coming out and saying that there is an alien base, So for us to jump down Corbell's neck, but to not jump down somebody saying there is an alien base, to me is madness.
It's okay. I made the mistake thinking that she really went there physically, but she didn't, did she? No, it was an experience she had through some sort of maybe chemical induced. I don't know. I don't know if she said that, Scott, but did she say how this happened? Like how she got, I read the timeline and everything, but I just can't remember.
Yeah,
Did she mess with like ayahuasca or something? Peyote?
No, she denies any intake of any kind of psychedelics.
But they contacted her earlier too when she was young.
Yes, when she was 4 years old.
Yeah, 4. Okay, I almost said 8. Okay.
Okay, guys, I've got the video. I'm going to share the video that Ryan's just going to share screen for a second.
Well, the reason I bring that up, everybody, it's because what Jeremy Corbell is showing is something on a videotape. She doesn't have anything to show us. Just we have to take her word for it, which is so difficult. Since we've all heard, she knows. Everybody knows. Without proof, it's just a story. But it's her experience. I get it. All right. Shh. That's Wayne?
No, that's Ryan.
I know, but that's what people would think.
Making a video here with the text message
I like the hat.
thread that I had with Wayne from this morning. Here's all the various messages. To make sure that nobody thinks I was sitting here having a conversation with myself, or that I have another phone that I was texting. On an iPhone, or probably any phone, if you go here to the top and click on the person's name, there's an icon there for call. So we're going to call right out of the text message thread. If Wayne picks up, that would be interesting, but if not, we'll get his voicemail.
And then Anjali can tell if this is him, if it's his voicemail. Anjali, sorry. The aliens just told me to correct that. I did. Meatballs. Hi, this is Wayne. I'm sorry.
This is Wayne. Leave a message.
At the tone, please record your message.
Okay, so that should be sufficient evidence that the person I was texting is the correct guy. It's actually Wayne. I hope that helps clear up any potential confusion.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's his voice, she'll know it.
You would think, yeah.
But she will say you've just rang a guy called Wayne.
She said it's not. It's not him.
Yeah, she's already denied it.
That's interesting.
But see, the problem with that, Ollie, is that those text messages, whoever that was, and this is supposedly the Wayne from the coordinates that was spread all over Twitter. He knew too much about her. He knew a lot of information. So if it was just some random guy.
Oh, yeah. No, what I'm saying is that she will say that is just some random guy.
Right.
And Ryan has made this up because Ryan is doing this because Ryan is wanting to get a deal, and he's spinning this because he's a cheater. That is what she will say.
Right.
Listen, if you notice, this is what happens with these spirituality UFO scams a lot. There's half-truths. Sometimes there's a book, fictional or not. I remember once we did an episode and I brought up John David Morton.
Oh, yeah.
You guys remember Sean David Morton?
Of course, yeah.
Back in the 90s, man. Knew him personal. Sean David Morton had a habit of, he was involved in UFO research. And back in the early days of Area 51, and had some legit creds. And then things went downhill, real downhill. And one of the things he did was he created a science fiction show that he was trying to shop around. And he claimed that he was working with Gene Roddenberry about the science fiction show. And the thing is, it was news to Gene Roddenberry. Never met him once. And it actually resulted in a court case, and he lost. Also, I want to bring up that these indiscrepancies. Like we look at Stephen Greer. You know how many people Stephen Greer has interviewed? And there's all these letters that sound just like this guy's yeah, we said some things. But then he went and said a bunch of stuff we didn't say, and cobbled it up together. And they're formally saying no, including humanitarians now. There are humanitarians.
By the way, guys,
that are
just
saying
a
that-
quick, just a quick heads up. I've sent the invite. I've got hiccups to Anjali. Can we remain respectful? Because I'm a little bit old fashioned when it comes to ladies. I think it's a British thing. So let's just remain.
Wait a second. Come on.
That I just no. All I'm saying is
Why
just,
do we have to treat the women differently? Because it's five guys?
because I'm old fashioned and we're gentlemen.
I'm joking.
But I want to get something done here, and I don't want emotions to come into this.
Yeah.
So let's just have a
think that's smart.
conversation.
Yeah. Let's do
Let's
it.
have a conversation.
Of course.
I think I will tell her straight out. I think she's selling a book. I do think that's right. Do I hate her for it? No, not at all. In fact,
You
when she
should.
finally comes out, no, I'll interview her. Rich, you know me. I don't give a shit.
You said, what did you say? Am I mad at her for that? What did you just say?
I'm not mad at anybody.
Do I hold that against her is what you said?
I don't hold any. People get me wrong. People think that I actually some ufologist that knows. I know nothing. I'm interested in the people in this subject. The people is what interests me. And
they interest me too.
No, but if somebody's a liar or if somebody's making up, there's a reason for it.
She's not lying. That's the whole thing. She had an experience that only she had, and Wayne and 3 other people.
Well,
I think it's something that only she can experience. Like if I had an experience right now and an alien walked by, would you believe me if I didn't get it on camera? You'd be a little skeptical.
Yeah.
And you should be. So it's the same thing. I had the experience. I know. And that's what she's saying to all of us. She's like, I know I had this experience and you can't tell me otherwise. Look, I get all that.
She's messaging me now and she's saying she's took screenshots of the YouTube video. She's the YouTube chat and she says, I've made this during the show. Do you get my point? Anjali, I understand what you're saying that Ryan could have quite easily fabricated those messages. I could be Wayne.
Right.
Rich could be Wayne.
No, I would never. Don't say me. Don't bring me into it.
confess.
It's
I'm Wayne.
Scott. It's Scott. He looks dodgy.
Not me.
I understand what she said. Everything that if she comes on, everything that she says, she can defend it
because it's her experience only. That's what I had to accept. Ollie.
This is the problem with personal truth.
Right, yeah, exactly. It's a huge problem in the field, especially when you make big claims like this, like Dorothy said in the chat room.
My real issue with this is I don't believe in aliens like that anymore. I don't. I said this to Ryan last night. I don't believe in aliens like that anymore.
But why have a base in California under the ground? To me, it doesn't make sense.
Why did Wayne dig into that base?
Yeah.
He didn't. There is nothing.
No, I'm sure she said he dug into it.
She said it.
Yeah, she did, but he denied that.
Yeah.
Oh, if you can get permission, you can always do a ground penetrating radar flyover.
How old's the guy for a start? Ryan, how old is Wayne?
I want to say he's in his late 60s, early 70s.
Probably.
So he's like a dad, an older dad for a 40-year-old's dad.
Yeah.
Like my dad, yeah?
Yeah.
I can't see my dad digging a tunnel. I don't think he could be asked.
Well, he has a company.
If you pull up that Google Earth image again, it's a fairly steep incline. You would see tailing piles. You'd have to get machinery up there. You'd have to get a permit. I mean, it's right there in a residential neighborhood. Regardless if he owns it or not, you still have to have a permit.
And
are there a lot of UFO
sightings
sightings in the neighborhood, incidentally, since there's so many people over there?
Say again?
Yeah. Good
Is there a
question.
spike in UFO sightings? Do people see alien beings walking in and around the neighborhood? Things that happen like hotspots?
No.
Something like that, underground, the weird underground, like earthquakes where there's no fault lines, something, anything.
Yeah, now remember, take into consideration that this hillside is covered with public hiking trails all through that hill. So for anybody to be digging there, somebody would have saw that.
Oh, for
Right.
sure.
Yeah, but nobody would. Nobody in that neighborhood knows anything about this story, I bet.
No.
No, but you would see a excavation for sure. There's just not. I mean, the guy owns a construction company. You think he would go out and dig without a permit and get in serious trouble? A permit would be on file. It's just part of his job.
Isn't it possible that that's not the right area? Because that's what she was saying. That's not even the right place.
That's so, as described, as the story went by her, is we have a guy named Wayne that owns a construction company that has a mountain behind his house within the borders of the Mojave Desert. That's Wayne. That's this right here.
Just so we're on the same page here as well, people. The reason why I wanted to do this, because I've seen a lot of people who I respect in the community almost turn towards respecting the Anjali.
Hello.
Almost turn. Welcome to the show. So,
Let me just
Anjali, I think we've got an echo. I think it might be from your end.
She said, "Hold on."
Yeah,
she said,
no
"Hold
problem."
on."
So we've seen a lot of people turn in the UFO community, and it's almost to
there. Is
where,
that better? My apologies.
Much better.
Oh, no worries, no worries. Welcome.
Thank you.
We've seen so many people turn in this community, and it's not with just Anjali's story. It's with many stories. As soon as they have a guest on the show, they will. I've seen people who I know and respect turn into a different host because they then think, I've got this guest on the show and I do it
Oh, you froze, Ollie.
Yeah.
Oh no, his internet might have went out. And if it did,
you're in charge, Rich.
I guess I am. Well, all right. I don't know what he was about to ask, but Anjali, you've been watching. I don't know how long what you've seen, but you've heard what people have been saying in the last several minutes. There he is.
Yeah.
So
there's something going on.
I've been listening long enough to make some fake text message screenshots between you and Ryan. Talking about how you're grifting here on the show. And I did it with screenshots of the show going on to prove that it took me about 2 minutes to do. So
sure.
Come on.
Anjali, I'll be honest with you. I do you know what I like about you? The fact that I don't believe you for 1 second. I will be honest with you, but it doesn't mean to say I don't like you, okay? Because I think you've got a lot. I think you're going to do a great book. I think you're going to do a fantastic book, and I think you're doing the right. I think in the field of ufology, when people are really, really into this subject, that get very passionate about it and get really defensive, that you're going to piss some people off. I don't think you're not pissing me off. I think this is great drama. I like the drama. Everybody knows this about my channel. It's all drama. This channel. But I personally, I don't believe you. But I don't believe in aliens like I know I'm called Alien Addict. I'm going to lose so many subscribers now. But I don't believe in aliens anymore like the majority of the community does. And there's reasons for that. And that is why I'm out when it comes to your story. Yeah. I think it's right what Ryan's saying. And that you want to be like the next Stephanie. And I think you're going to do a fantastic book, but that's where I go on. Sorry.
You know why book 2 never came out? Because I have a difficult time putting in the time and effort that it takes to write a novel now. It's very exhausting. And I haven't had the desire to finish and promote it. if I was going to, it certainly wouldn't be like this, where I sit on panels for hours, every week and listen to a bunch of guys who claim to be scientists accept the sketchiest crap as evidence. I wouldn't waste my time with this, because that's what this is. You call me a distraction? Okay.
I don't think you're a distraction.
Look in the mirror at what you are accepting as evidence right now, and you need to call him on the ground, because I'm willing to call and ask the gentleman if he would allow me to record him. But then what does that prove? What does that prove? Do I bring that to you? Then what happens? What happens then?
I don't think that you'd have to record. Just if you'd be willing, let's just get him on the line right now.
Well, I'm not willing to do that. I've never even spoken to this man. Why don't you call him right now?
Oh, I thought you were talking about your. I apologize. I thought you were talking about your Wayne, that you could get him on the phone. I misunderstood. Are you able to get your Wayne on the phone?
No way. He doesn't want to have anything to do with what's going on, especially on this kind of panel.
Same with my Wayne.
Yeah, I bet.
I'm a bit confused about all the Waynes. This
Yeah.
really is.
So let me just say something here. So, no disrespect for you, Anjali.
That's okay.
I've known Ryan for a while, and he's very meticulous about what he does.
Okay.
I've seen the entire stream of text, not cut into pieces. He would never create this. These texts are coming from someone who is named Wayne.
Okay. So have you spoken to this Wayne?
I have not.
Why? You're supposed to be co-researching this with him. He's doing
I'm not co-researching with him. He's doing his own thing.
Oh, I misunderstood. My apologies.
Yeah, I'm not, privy to that. But
Sure.
Based on the work that I've done in the past with Ryan, and everything that he's done for us over at our show, he's never been dishonest with us. Every single thing that he has shown us, we were able to back it and verify. And so, I mean,
he did ambush Wayne at his property. I mean, that's why he was so angry, right? I mean,
this is true. This is true.
You haven't said that out loud, but I listened to what you said several times last night. And he ambushed a man on his property. That's how he made contact, and he gave him.
That's not fair to say, and it's not true.
Well, that's how
what happened.
He made person-to-person, face-to-face contact. That's
Say
what
again?
That was the person-to-person, face-to-face contact that you had. With him.
With that, I had spoken to him by phone already, and I had a pre-planned trip to the SoCal area, and I did call and let him know. I mean, he's on camera. We interviewed. I paid him for his time. I've sent the copy of the cashier's check to prove it to Ollie. I didn't ambush somebody. I wouldn't do that.
Oh, well, it sounded like he was from the recounting of it. It sounds like he was incredibly upset when he found you on his property with the drone.
No, I'm not sure where you got that. No, I had full permission.
Anjali, I thought you said it wasn't the real Wayne, but you just said.
I am deducing from the show last night. I'm asking follow-up questions.
You said he was really upset when he was on the site with the drone.
Right. I'm saying that it has been implied, and Scott just said, yes, that is true, that he ambushed.
Oh, but your Wayne's not upset because he's not there. He's not been there.
Huh?
Your Wayne's not upset though.
Oh, no, actually, I no longer, I refuse to speak for Wayne regarding his thoughts regarding this. Okay. That he has thoughts, and they're not pretty, and they're not favorable, and it's not looking bad for me.
We're talking about the same person still.
Yeah, darling, we are not. I don't know. You may have been duped by this guy and given him $1,000, and he's like, sure, whatever. Whatever. You want to whatever. You know,
Would it be okay? Sorry, go ahead.
I think that is actually incredibly likely. As far as him bringing up the names of my children and stuff, I don't know where that came from.
We're not going to do that.
No, I meant like, you know, saying that Wayne did, that there was contact with my family.
That's correct. Yeah.
And that I had contact with his ex-wife, and that they were on vacation when we met. Just like none of this is correct. None of this is correct. So
may I ask you just a couple of really easy questions?
He is being duped by this other man, and it would be kind of fun to have him on.
Let's have a nice back and forth, Anjali.
Yeah. So may I ask you if it would be okay with you? I would like to repeat kind of the basics of the story, how I understand it in regard to Wayne. There's qualifiers for him. The first qualifier is his name is Wayne. The second qualifier is he owns a construction company. The third qualifier is he's got a nice home that backs up to a mountain, that he has a substantial amount of acreage. And the next qualifier is the Mojave Desert. This is all the guy I'm talking to. Am I wrong with any of those qualifiers?
Well, the problem that seems to be the hang up and the irony at the same time is that even though from day one I have said that I changed everyone's name, you completely seem to overlook that. This is actually the worst coincidence that I've ever heard of. I feel horrible. That's why I want to talk to him personally. I need to apologize to him for, I don't know. I picked a name that I thought, well, nobody names, you know, their kid Wayne anymore. Let's do it. That sounds great.
So you just think it's just an incredible coincidence down to location, to name, to business, to a mountain behind the house. You even mentioned hiking trails behind the house, and that's here too.
No,
that's just all coincidence?
No, I never said anything about behind the house. In fact, I warned people to stay the heck off his property and away from it. That's what I have said.
Yeah, I do recall like armed guards and all these different types of things. Yeah.
So definitely not hiking trails.
So don't you find, Anjali, don't you find it a weird kind of, I guess, irony, coincidence that the coordinates and the person that you verified with Steve Cambion is the person that Ryan has called?
Well, actually, and we should actually probably check with Steve Cambion and have him decide to share the private messages or a screenshot of that area where when he revealed everything to me, and because I wasn't sure what was happening, and I was in damage control mode. And I was also wondering, he seemed awfully certain that he had someone, and that made me very concerned for that person. And so he sent me the information. I was incredibly relieved that it was not the correct person. And then all I said in return after he sent me that is that you would please wait. And if you wait, I will get you an interview after the expedition. If you would just not release any information until after that. I misled him, but I did not confirm and say yes. And that's a lesson that he's now learned, and you can ask him about that.
So let me ask you this, and I thank you for being upfront about misleading. I don't mean that as an attack, but it does make sense.
I did it to protect my friends.
I understand. Yeah, makes sense. So when you were on Amy, Alien Girl, her show, there in the beginning, I don't recall who asked you the question, but something about Wayne being doxxed. And you said that you had contacted Twitter and other avenues to get this information removed as a way to protect Wayne. This is still the same Wayne I'm talking to.
No. Unless you have that clip then I think that you need to revisit it. We don't even have anything to discuss here. That's incorrect. I never said that. So, do you have another question?
You never talked about being on contacting Twitter, because somebody, and I have an idea who, but
oh, you don't even know. You don't even
Say
know.
again?
You don't even know who asked, or exactly what they asked. Do you have the transcript or the video of it? Aren't you a producer who does research?
Wow. Okay. Well, to be fair, I wasn't expecting you to be on the show tonight, so I did not come prepared to speak with you about that. However, it is on Alien Girl's show, and I don't dare do it because my internet's not so good. But maybe if somebody else on the panel would be willing to pull it up, then I mean that's what she's asking. Anybody willing to do that? Or?
I would let anybody out there who has a running transcript or something, because what you're implying is that I verified on Alien Girl that the correct person was doxxed, and I
have a running transcript.
Okay, could you please?
Well, I don't have it. It's somebody's getting it for me. I only have portions of it, so.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Because
I'll see if I have it. I'll check.
Okay. See, the thing is that I realize that what's been difficult with all of this situation is that this has been my experience, and that other people who have been involved have not been willing to step forward. Okay. I understand that. I understand how that looks. And I also have been extremely consistent in what I have experienced, in how I met this couple, who I am very protective of, especially at this point when I'm sitting before this panel that is just, you guys are so easily persuaded with this man, and we really need to.
You have to admit though, he matches your story identically. He does. So it's not easily persuaded. He checks all the boxes.
But his name is his
Anjali,
you're the one who told us that was his name.
No, I said from the beginning that it was an alias. That I have said that repeatedly. You guys just choose to ignore it because it fits your narrative.
Did you want me to find the doxing part of this or what?
You do what you, Rich. I think we need to we need to just go all out. We need to just go all out.
No, but what part am I looking for? The doxing?
I don't want anybody's details putting up on the channel.
No, I'm gonna read it.
No, it was on
cool.
Alien Girl's channel.
Yeah, it was your show.
It was there in the beginning-ish.
I'm at the beginning. What part do you want? The doxing part?
Beginning of yeah, because she's talking about how she contacted Twitter to get all this information removed.
It's right here. Okay, so Anjali, that's right. And people were posted, photos or screenshots of people's property with coordinates. Steven said doxing them? Right. But Twitter doesn't consider it doxing it because it's public information. It's a real oversight. Definitely. And mind screw, and they need to drill down instead of being a millimeter deep on that kind of morality. But whatever, that's for Twitter to figure out and for people to figure out, I got a lot of criticism saying that I doxed them right away, but I didn't dox him, not even. The people that have been going out and attempting to dox him are really the issue. And Stephen, this is something I had wanted to talk to you privately about, but hey, transparency. Stephen laughs and says, this is how we do it now. There's no private corner. Yeah, I'm sorry for that. That's it on that.
Yeah, so my point is proven. She feels bad for doxing him. She felt responsible, and respectfully, you did kind of take responsibility. You said that you were very naive to this, and I thought that was neat that you could do that. But we're still talking about the same guy.
No.
You have to remember, I've been to the property. I know that you want to go there. It fits the description to a perfect T.
Okay.
By the way,
Anjali.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, Rich. Anjali, I just wanted to ask you. So, when you originally put your book out, were you doing book signings at coffee shops in the local area?
When I first put my book out, that was back in 2013. That was in Aberdeen, South Dakota. At a coffee shop, of course, yes. But it was in Aberdeen.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't. So I understand that you want to accuse me of forging text messages, but how would I know that right there? How would I know that to get into this text?
Are you kidding me?
You're just. How would I know that you went to coffee places to pitch your books, just like Wayne said? How would I know that?
You know, because I put out a press release about it, and it
A press
was
release
all
about
over
coffee
social media,
shops?
about the coffee house. Absolutely, everything that you're saying is public domain information.
No. You're avoiding the question here.
No, I'm not.
About trying to sell and promote your book at a coffee shop.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what Scott asked you.
Community. Oh, is it? Oh, is it? Do you? Please raise your hand if you've been to a coffee shop.
We're not.
I like a good coffee.
We're talking.
I love coffee.
We're talking about.
Thank you.
About selling books and setting up kind of a makeshift little. It's very common. Barnes and Noble does it all the time.
Yeah.
Authors will come in. They'll sell their books. They'll do a little meet and greet.
Yeah.
My point is the same. How would I know that?
In a million little pieces. Remember that?
How would I know that you did that? For me to how would I know that? You don't have a press release about you selling books.
Anybody can Google it and find the information. Man, you were saying things so common.
No, that's false.
No, that's true.
No,
There's
sorry.
a timeline of events that have somebody
No, I
made
say
up.
Yeah, but
her-
I think
with
what Ryan's trying to say is that there's no real record of her signing books at coffee shops. We know she was at the coffee shop, but the text message talks about the signing of books at the coffee shop.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I wasn't signing books at that coffee shop that morning. I was on a date.
Osvaldo, would you like to ask anything?
You know? Huh?
Not right now. We'll see how this goes.
I have to give credit to somebody, Dorothy Hawkins, for the transcripts that she has been writing up for several shows for me. Thank you very much. She's
Dorothy
the one
Hawkins.
who did it.
She's great in the community. She's great.
Yeah, she's incredible. Yeah, she's gotten a lot of stuff for us. Anyway, I just wanted to give a shout out.
No, good for you, Rich.
I can't take credit for that. Yeah.
So not only did this man not go to a book signing or talk to me about my book or ever meet me, if he bought my book, then he would have to have gotten it online, because you can only get the hard copies through me. And unless he can produce that, then I'm calling a bluff again. So,
so at this point, we have a guy that matches your.
The only thing I would sell at a coffee shop would be the hard print books. I mean, what is the point?
I don't know if it really matters a soft cover or hard cover
Of course
book.
it matters, because he's claiming that he bought my book from me. Okay. And what I'm saying is that I have a message that I say at the beginning, and I have something that it's what I say to everyone. And then I have a personal message that I say, and then I sign it and I date the date of it. So what I'm saying is, let's see it. Because
Have you ever
happened? It did not happen. He's either lying to you, or you are trying to call a bluff, and it's a really bad one. It's a
Anjali,
really
I have seen I've seen the payment to Wayne.
I believe that he has given a man money.
So that is there, but that wouldn't show anything. It just show that he's paid it.
Basically, I think what she's trying to say, just in summary, is this is simply the biggest coincidence in the world.
That's exactly what I'm saying. It's unfortunate.
Shocking,
actually.
Do you think he's been ripped off?
Do I think that the Wayne that has been harassed by this guy and got $100,000 for it? Do I think he's being ripped off? Is that what you said?
He hasn't paid him $100,000. He's paid him $1,000. And you said on Cambian's show last night that the real Wayne would never sell out for £1,000.
No, never. It's laughable. Laughable. He wants millions of dollars for his property.
But why would this other Wayne know who you are?
Oh gosh.
Is Ryan lying? Is Ryan a liar? Is Ryan what?
No, either he is lying, or Wayne that he interviewed is lying.
So you're saying that Wayne could be like some sort of...
I'm saying that he might be a man who's just getting $1,000 from a guy who won't leave him alone.
So he could be an undercover Wayne.
Huh?
He may be an undercover Wayne.
Oh,
Like
I'm not
it-
saying that. Well, maybe. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
He could have paid somebody to be Wayne for $1,000. He could have said, read this. Tell me if you know, he could be a friend of his for all we know.
That's what I'm saying. I want to see these pictures. With
I
Wayne.
don't see the profit there in it for Ryan, though.
No, that's just really a little silly.
I mean,
That's
I'm just
really
playing
silly.
devil's advocate. I'm not
That's
saying
okay,
that's
and
it,
I
but-
appreciate that you are. But remember, this Wayne fits every qualifier that she has put out.
Ryan,
He's
this
not
is the
just a
same
guy
Wayne
named
that
Wayne.
Stephen
It's
found
the same
as well.
Wayne that Steven
Yeah,
talked
same
to
Wayne.
as well. Yes.
I have sent
It's the
Stephen
same-
an invite, by the way. I think he's driving.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
okay.
never mind. I'm not saying anything about what Steve was doing, but I hope that he can
Anyhow,
sure he will be able
it sounds like, at least for my intent, is we have a guy that matches all qualifiers. It's
I
very
know.
rare to find somebody that has a mountain behind their house named Wayne that owns a construction company in the Mojave Desert. I mean, I'd have better luck winning the lottery. So, I mean, if that's what it is, then that's what it is. And I'm okay with just leaving it at that. Just the biggest coincidence in human history.
I think, I think that you should just release everything that you have. That's what I think. That's why I'm here, man. I have given you so many hours of my life that I will never get back. All on this BS that you're promoting. And you may not. I will give you the benefit of the doubt only because I like Scott. Okay? I'm going to take his word that you're a decent person and that you're meticulous and that you're kind. I'm going to take his word for it. Because he's displaying the characteristics he says you display. Because I'm not seeing it from you. All right? I'm not seeing it at all. So I will give you the benefit of the doubt that you are on the up and up, and this guy is taking you for a ride. And if that's the case, he's taking us all for a ride. And big jokes on him, right? So I'd like you to bring it all forward, and so that we can get on.
I'll make a deal with you. I'll
I don't
match you
want a
piece
deal
for
with
piece
you.
for
You
evidence.
are skeevy. I'm not making a deal with you. You have not proven to me to be the kind of man that deserves that kind of time from me. So next,
But you're here right now, aren't you?
I don't want a deal from you. I don't want any kind of deal with you. Nope. No deal.
I just said that I'll match you evidence for evidence,
I already told you. I don't want any deal.
but you won't do it.
I want you
Okay,
to
Scott.
please
Scott,
what you
since she
say.
likes you, Scott, you have everything. Do you want to do the deal?
Please.
What's the deal?
Let's let the two lovebirds here just have a little break from each other, just for a little bit. Rich, I want to come to you next. Rich,
why?
Because I know because you've tried to ask Anjali some questions before. You was accused of being a bully, and I know you're not a bully. I know you're not a bully.
He's not a bully. He has.
But I do want you to ask the questions, because you do, like me, you do
Wait a
not
second.
believe not believe Anjali.
No, what happened is I really paid attention to the whole story, and it's her experience. Of course, I don't believe there's aliens there, but she experienced something. Like I'm an experiencer. Some people here might have had experiences too, younger and stuff. I mean, we all have our personal stuff that nobody would ever believe. So that's where I'm going on with this. Look, yes, I did say I predicted that she'll never go to that cave and get evidence with researchers, and stuff happened and it didn't happen. So yeah, man, I don't know what else to say. Ali, I know you don't believe it, but she had a personal experience about it, and we're getting now a lot of conflicting stories with Ryan's addition to this. I'm really frustrated by the whole thing. And I just wish there was a shred of evidence I could see that would say that's Wayne and that's the cave or the tunnel or whatever, where the base is. But I don't know if we're ever going to get that.
So here's the thing, though, Rich, with that. So if you're saying that it's down to some sort of psychedelic. Yeah.
Well, I never said that.
I've lived a crazy life, believe it or not. This guy has parlayed, but I've never seen a purple alien, ever. So I don't believe that drugs would make you stand in front of an audience and put yourself out on YouTube and say that there is a cave over one crazy trip. You know, I just don't think that's. I don't think that would happen. I think I can remember having crazy trips, but would I go out, Anjali?
Yeah,
I wouldn't do that. I still don't believe you. Yeah. I think you're writing a book. I think you're going to write a great. I think you're writing a great. I think you're going to write a great book. I don't think that it's drugs. I really don't think it's drugs.
I'm not writing a book. And I have also said that if I did write a book that was related to this experience, that I would post it online for free. So what in the world do you think my motivation would be? I have made it clear multiple times, heads up, everybody. I'm saying it again. If I write a book about this experience and this journey and what's happening right now, I think it's important enough that everyone on this planet should have access to it. And that's why I released my novel. And that's why I will release any book that I write. I have no desire for your money. Keep it. I don't want your notoriety. This is nothing but a headache in my life.
Osvaldo, are you ready to ask something? You've made your frustration for UFOlogy very, very clear.
Do I have a question?
I'm asking Oz.
Osvaldo Franco is one of the guests.
Oh,
yes.
Hello. I'm so sorry.
Sure. No, I'm just gonna sit tight and bite my tongue.
Okay, you said that last time. Okay, you bite it for a bit longer. Scott Brown.
May I say
yeah, of course.
to Oz? How do you like to be called? Osvaldo or Oz or? He's muted.
You're muted, Oz.
You can call him Oz.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm the only one here. There's no confusion.
Well, she just wanted to know what's the proper thing to call you. Proper name. Oz. We'll go with Oz. All right.
It's fine. Whatever.
I've already forgotten what I was going to say. I'm very sorry for this.
Not much ego.
I already forgot what I was going to say.
I've been there.
I just remembered. Looking at Oz made me remember. I think that if you have genuine questions or criticism or just statements, I trust that you're of criticism towards my experience and even how I've handled it and your thoughts. I think that we can have a respectful dialogue, and that if you don't want to just sit, I think that that's okay. So I'm telling you that I'm willing to engage in a very difficult dialogue with you whenever you're ready. So,
Anjali,
sure.
When I asked you questions on Alien Girl, on Amy's show,
mm-hmm.
which Amy's in the chat, people go subscribe. She's got a great show. It seemed to me that you seemed to be skirting the questions, and a lot of people in the chat said, "Have you seen Alien Addict's eyebrows say it all?" Because my eyebrows do tell a story, because they go like this, up and down.
Mine?
Mine.
Oh.
When somebody tries to pull the wool over my eyes, or they try to they try and maneuver the conversation. I think you're very intelligent and very good at doing that. And I think you did
I'm
that.
intelligent, but I can't.
I think you do that with the guests. I think you do that with the people you get people. You really, really talented at getting people on your side.
I think that I know exactly why you feel that
How
way.
to do it.
And listen, excuse me.
No, sorry.
I think I know exactly why you feel this way. An alien girl, I'm so glad she's in the audience. It's such a nice coincidence or serendipity. I don't know. But I recently said to her, I'm very sorry for how we answered questions on your show. And I said, I feel like we started each question in the right direction. And then I can't remember exactly how I said it to her, but then we got off topic. And a lot of times there were a lot of questions that did not get answered. And I said, I would be willing to come on your show at any time to re-answer those questions. I apologize. And you can ask Amy about that right now. Okay.
No, listen, I'm not having to go. I'm literally saying that
I recognized it.
That you are extremely talented when it comes to somebody asking you a question, and then you will maneuver that question into a different direction. You may not, knowingly do that. You may not knowingly doing that, but also
questions again. I would
so
love.
So I asked you on Alien Girl's show,
I'm gonna write them
when you were outside doing when you were releasing to the world what you were going to do. I asked how many people was there, and you said one.
What?
You said there was one person there with you
in the tunnel. Yeah, Wayne.
No, I asked you when you were outside Congress or wherever you were. Yeah. You said there was one person with you.
Yes, there's one person that was with me. Yeah, my partner was with me.
But at the beginning of the show, it looks like there's about 4 or 5 people with you.
No, I just arrived.
So Ali, are you referring to the crew that was there filming her?
They were with me. I have made this so clear. I have made this statement since that day that crew was not with me. I did not arrange them to be there. They did not meet me there. Thank God they were there because things were a wreck and I needed their help. And I'm very grateful, but I did not arrive.
Okay, that's answered the question. That's answered the question for me.
I have answered the question so many times. You guys claim to be doing such tight research. I have been so clear on this from the beginning.
Do you not think we should research this when somebody has got a big claim?
I have repeated it so many times. How can it still be your question?
Why can it? Listen,
she's wondering, how do you not know that? It's common knowledge at this point.
Or maybe I didn't watch it,
I've said it time and again. I've been so super clear. They were not with me. And I wasn't.
You seem extremely frustrated that people are coming, are asking you questions about this, and that people are calling you out on an alien base. Okay, and you would think that yes, a UFO channel or alien channel would embrace a human being that has had contact with aliens that's coming out with it, but the community is a little bit sick and tired of so many people coming out and spinning a story. So you have to understand and respect these people that have a problem with your story, because at the same time you say Ryan is not showing any evidence. That's right. Well, I'm sorry, love, you're not showing any evidence either.
And I haven't claimed to have it. That is the difference that is going on here. He's making claims to have it. I only gave you testimony, and that I would do everything in my power to lead this expedition, which I thought was on target.
So the only dispute, it seems, is a picture of you and Wayne together. That's it, because that's the only thing I've ever said. Is that what? That's it. You say like evidence, like I have a lot. I don't. But to be clear, I mean, I only talked to Wayne for an hour.
Well, you said
went
that
to
you
the property, flew my drone around.
That's
correct, yeah.
Yeah, you have video of your interview.
But at this point, what does it matter if I have the wrong guy that has a picture with you too? Well, if I have the wrong guy, then
please, would you?
What difference does that make?
Please show me.
If I have the wrong guy, I'm asking you why should we do that if I have the wrong guy?
To prove it.
No matter who I search, she's going to tell me it's the wrong guy.
Maybe she won't.
Oh, she will. It doesn't matter what I say, what I put out, she will deny. And that was the point that Ollie had brought up earlier, and he's 100% on the money.
Thanks for that, Pete.
What's he on about? He's on about pants.
Yeah.
Pete's pants.
Cute.
Yeah.
Cute.
Thank you, Pete.
Can I, Anjali, Blue in the chat room is desperate to know an answer for something that I guess you've been avoiding. Here it is. Anjali, said that the being said, we've called them many names. So what names did we call them? Do you know about that?
I have actually talked about this.
Okay.
And they say that we have had various names for them over time, and that angels were one of them. That demons were one of them, like one of the names that they've been called. Demigods, gods, lords, but all of those were wrong. They were just wrong.
And so what are they? What are their names?
They don't have the beings that I know.
Yeah.
Do not have a personal name. They have like there's an image that they send that just tells you what you need to know about who you're talking to. Mm-hmm. And that image has, it's like has a lot of information. I don't know how else to describe it than how I have repeatedly said, it just feels like a download where you suddenly just have this information, and
it's a feeling, it's a vibration. You know what you're feeling when they're there. You know who is who.
It's
right?
It's more than a feeling. I mean, it's an effect where I'm getting like really rich information. They'll send their face to let me know that they're talking. Who's talking. And or who's communicating. I say talking, but it's there's no audio talk. And then they'll send the information, and it's like to be honest, it's like a really advanced pictograph, if we have to be honest, where you're trying to figure out like what they mean by what you're seeing. Like yesterday, I think, or it may. I don't know. I talked to a lot of people yesterday, and in one of the FaceTimes that I had, they asked me if do they sometimes appear as as other things, and I said they're showing me a window screen. I mean, that's how they answered. Mm-hmm. It's a screen, and I had to figure out what they meant by that. And I'm like, oh, I see. And then it was like understanding it, that I knew it wasn't that they were showing me a window screen, but that was the immediate and quick image they could bring up to communicate to me, and it came with all that information, and I realized immediately what they meant. And so that's how the communication has always been with them, even when I'm in their physical presence. When I was with them, it was the same type of communication. There was no mouth movement. In fact, when I remember back on it, being in the base and walking through the hallway to a room that was on the left of the hall, it was very quiet. It was very quiet. I just remember it being incredibly quiet.
Like it's so quiet, it's loud.
What? Yeah, like,
yeah.
Exactly. The silence.
What does Lord Ludicrous mean here about there was talk of another couple at the coffee shop?
Well, there were two couples who were with me that day. The couple who owned the property, and then their friends who came in at the end right before we were leaving and said, cool, yeah, let's go do this. Wayne just told him, Wayne, not his real name, just told us that he would that he was going to go show me the aliens, and the guy, I mean, said, yeah, sure, let's go, let's do it. Sounds cool. So it was so like nonchalant, and that I didn't even understand exactly what I was getting into. But I knew that whatever it was, I didn't feel like there was anything harmful going on, because they had given me their phone number. It was in, I had information in my phone, and they just wouldn't have done that otherwise. So
I have a question. Oh, sorry, Scott, go ahead.
Sorry. So yes, another couple came in and accompanied us, and they accompanied us to the tunnel and into the tunnel and to the edge of the base. And upon which time I stepped forward into the base while they were speaking to me and to them and saying that they needed to go. And my friend, to his credit, refused to leave. He said no, that he didn't want to go. I think that he was a little apprehensive about leaving me there. He knew that, I had sent this information to people to let them know that where I was and who I was with. And so I don't know that that's why he stayed there, but he didn't want to leave, and he objected. And so the gray said that, because the gray was the only one speaking. Okay. The whites never, the
Anjali,
whites.
Anjali,
Yes.
We've heard the story.
So sorry.
We've heard the story. This is not about the story.
So my question is, so let's just say hypothetically that you never met this guy, but in the meantime, he's tunneling into this hill. He finds this base. So what was he going to do with that information if he didn't run into you?
I think that the purpose was to run into me. I think that may have been the purpose for all of this to happen, so that we're doing this right now.
Almost like you were chosen. Almost. See, that I can buy. That I can buy for a simple reason. But what I'm going to ask you now is, these beings speak to you, yeah? So you speak to them back.
I can, yes. For me, it's I am still learning how to put together the images like they do.
So they said hello, Stephen, to Stephen Cambion from True Seekers. Yes. Yeah. So they liked him.
I think they like everyone.
Okay. Do they know about other people?
I'm sorry, what?
Do they know about others? For example, everybody in this group.
Oh, absolutely. Of course they do. Yes. I mean, they know that this is happening.
Okay, so what's my number?
I don't know your number.
Ask them what my number is.
No, I'm not going to.
Not my mobile number, just my number. It's just 2 numbers.
I don't know. No.
Because I believe in that. And I think there's something to do with these 2 numbers in this field.
That's a good.
There's a certain number.
I like that.
That shows up in Ollie's mind and in physical, and he sees it everywhere he goes, and he's asking if you could figure out what that number is.
I don't.
No, not Anjali, the aliens.
Or if the aliens know, I don't.
Because Ryan knows it, and he
I know. Yeah.
And this is a very strange situation to why he knows this number from me. I told him the number, but then he showed me the number.
Is it 33?
Yes.
Holy shit.
Thank you.
How do you know that?
Get out of here, man.
No, it's because you have it on your YouTube channel.
Do you?
You have an entire video about it. It's not that hard. She's got her partner, her husband back there researching stuff. It wouldn't be that hard to figure out, respectfully.
No, that is.
No, I'm impressed by that though. Even if that is the case, that's good research.
Isn't the case.
Agreed. Yeah, that was quick. Yeah, that was good.
That's it.
Nice job.
Yeah, no, because I told Stephen that I see the number 33 all the time.
I see
Stephen,
the number.
sorry. I told Ryan I see the number 33 all the time. And Ryan, I'm not going to tell the people where you are, the location, but he turned his video camera on and said, I'm at site. And he showed me, and he's literally parked at 33. That's where he's.
That was impressive. That was
so
impressive.
Guess what? My favorite number is 33, and that's pretty easy to find. It's all over my history. So here we are. My second favorite number is 9, because it represents 33, which can become 33. And my third favorite number is 333 because it represents we could do this all effing day.
No, I listen. I'm impressed.
Okay.
My smile is this
I'm
smile.
not kidding at all.
This smile, Anjali, is not a smile of like I'm. This is a smile of. Okay, but Steven's probably right. You've probably done your research, or whoever the guy in the background is.
Look at my lab. Look at my lab. Do you see anything? Did you see me? I'm just sitting right here. I'm not doing anything.
I'm impressed.
That was impressive.
I am impressed. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
If
very
there's that quick, if her higher beings are that quick, why didn't they warn her about Wayne?
I don't know.
It matches again all the qualifiers. Did you have any idea why they would allow that to happen to you? You said that it's been pretty rough.
Happened to me? Oh, I don't usually. I know nothing is happening to me. This is, I mean, sometimes it can be difficult, but as far as everything that I can ascertain, I signed up for this. This sounds like exactly what I signed up for, because I am having the craziest wild experience. You think 33 is something? My life is insane. And
yeah, I get that, but you're dodging, or maybe you're not answering the question.
I'm sorry, what was the direct question that I forgot to ask or answer? I'm sorry.
That's okay. You don't have to say it like that. The question was, this 33 thing from you was impressive, and I thought that everybody listening to you was impressed by that. But my question is, one of two things just happened. Either somebody told you that's human, or your higher beings. It's just one of the two, and you're saying the higher beings, so let's take it at that. My question is, if they were able to do that, why, you say that you talk to them and all these things very frequently, why did they allow another Wayne that matches all your qualifiers? Why didn't they tell you to name the guy Bob or something?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I have no idea. And let me tell you, I have to I think my frustration was really clear when I was on Alien Girl. I had a few days where I continually just said, have you been misleading me all this time? What is going on? Have you abandoned?
In what sense do you believe they were misleading you? In what sense were they misleading? Or you felt that they were misleading you?
Because I couldn't understand how they would say, okay, it's time to go to California.
Oh, got it.
And I go to California. All right. And
yeah, we were there at the same time.
And I have someone, I know. I thought about saying hi, but anyway, I know that I forgot what I was saying. I'm sorry. I'm so tired. Anybody remember?
Okay. So I'm enjoying speaking to you, and I'm glad that we can have a nice conversation. And thank you for that.
Yeah,
I know that you're kind of viewing me as an enemy or something, but so thanks for allowing me to ask questions and things like that, and I do appreciate it. I have an offer. You tell me you don't like an offer, but it's okay. I'm going to make it to you anyway. When you're ready to go to your base, whether that be tomorrow or whenever the timing is right for you, I have a 9-figure deal where you can take that money and put it to a charity or whatever you like. The only thing we need at the network is just one camera, and that's a 9-figure deal. So just hold on to that. I know you're mad at me right now and don't really like that, but just keep that in the back of your head.
No, I think that you're being foolish and you don't realize that this man has played you, or you're lying.
No, I'm saying let's just go. Let's forget this Builder Wayne, because your guy's not named Wayne. So when I say Wayne, then it's different. That's not what we're talking about. I'm saying when you're ready to go to your tunnel, I've got a 9-figure deal for you when you're ready. And I'm happy to show you that on letterhead from a major network. I just email it to you right now.
Yeah, you can do that right now. And I will gladly let your network know how they really ought to rethink you as a producer. Since
we were just getting along so well, and now
we're not getting again. We're just being peaceful. We're just being peaceful. Okay. I mean, that's what we're trying to do here. I want the picture that you claim to have of me and this gentleman, because it's impossible. So either if you ever produce it, either you are purposely producing fake material, or I can't even believe that he would do that. Why would this man that you're claiming fits the description and is a millionaire and all this, why would he do any of this for $1,000? I mean,
$1,000 an hour is pretty good pay.
Oh.
More than I make. More than anybody I know makes. $1,000 an hour, that's good money. But through and through, look, I'm very open, like I said earlier, 100% open. It's just the biggest coincidence in UFOlogy, I suppose. And I'm okay leaving it at that. It's just a big coincidence.
Do you see how he is trying to wiggle out of this? Come on, man.
No, I'm not. I'm saying I'm okay with what you're saying. I'm okay with it. I'm still moving forward. But I'm also telling you that I am hearing and respecting this. I mean, I should go buy a lottery ticket tonight. Jeez.
Put the number 33 on it.
No, you're very
true.
unlucky.
Yeah, with the number 33. Yeah,
you're actually quite unlucky right now. So.
Yeah, actually, that number is very common in the Freemasons and a lot of conspiracies. The number 33.
Yeah, I was going to say that too.
It's very common.
I mean, all of us on the panel love it. It's not like it was a secret, but you're asking me if what the number was, and I gave it to you, and now it
could have been 1111.
Think of what you want about
that's Rich's number.
I received it. I'm sorry. So I'm sorry.
I don't know if anybody mentioned number 33 in the chat before, but
it was popping up in chat immediately after what's Ollie's number. So they're saying she got it from the chat room.
The chat blew it.
Okay, well, I didn't.
Okay, well, let's come up with something else.
I know.
Let's come up with something else that she...
I got a number. Can they guess my number?
Guys, I came here tonight because Ryan is claiming to have a photograph of me with someone, and I'm here to see it. I don't know what else we're doing. I think this is some little game, and I'm actually getting really tired of it. And as a community and people who are dedicated to science and evidence, I think people should take a step back and rethink what is happening. And I mean you too, Ryan, you too, because you've got the wrong guy, and this is really not going to turn out well in the end.
What do you mean it's turn out well for who? I mean, the worst case for me is I just lost $1,000. Okay.
Well, I think a little bit more than that, but that's for...
How so? What do you mean more than what?
You don't think there are going to be repercussions? Every time that we come forward and say something here, there are repercussions. And you have claimed...
What does that mean?
Huge groundbreaking evidence that I have made this all up, or whatever it is, that none of it's true, and yet you won't show it.
You got to show the pic, man. Or show her at least.
respectfully, I'm not the one that's saying that there's a bunch of people living in a cave. I'm not here to help you pitch your story. I'm here as my job,
work.
where I would. Okay.
I'm just gonna show.
I've told Ollie already that if I'm not able to get a deal on this, that I'm giving him the exclusive to all of the footage and everything I have. So there we go.
Okay.
I'm just waiting for the picture. I'm sorry, because
And I'm waiting for the tunnel. We're both in the same place.
That's not why we're here today. We're not here for the tunnel today. None of us are here today for the tunnel. I've made it very clear that I cannot produce that evidence. I have made that very clear that at this time there's no availability to that property for me to produce.
But then again, let's say he produces the photo. I mean, nothing's going to stop you from saying that he created it, because you've already said he created the text messages.
Well, I will just need to know. We'll have to drill down on who has faked that photo, and then what I choose to do from there. That's my personal business.
There we go.
See, my degree is in Photoshop and digital imaging.
Sure.
So
Pretty
that
easy.
stuff and the stuff is very, very easy to fake.
That's right.
But I'm going to go as far as to say that Ryan is not faking information to put it out there. He's gathering information. He's not the kind of person that would go out there and fake things like that. So me personally, I have not seen the photograph. He's told me about it, but I have not seen it. So
why?
What color hair does he have? Wayne.
Wayne?
Can
Are
you
you asking
at
me
least
or-
say that? Yeah, I don't know, man.
Who are you
Let
asking?
Angelina go first, and then we'll let Wayne.
I'm asking
Ryan
Ryan.
speak.
He's a skinnier guy that has gray hair. I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
No.
That's not that could be anybody, but
I know.
Whatever.
look, I'm happy to give Ollie all of the information. Yeah.
Please, can we do it right now? What in the heck are we waiting for?
We just
I'm
want
waiting
something.
on a deal. This is what I do for work. I'm trying
I
to get
will
a deal
never
here.
give you a deal with this kind of behavior.
Not with you.
Okay,
Not
good.
with
Well,
you.
you've been trying, and I
No, I
reject.
haven't been trying. That's okay.
Did you
That's
not
okay.
all hear this 9-figure deal he's trying to pitch? Has
No,
any-
I just said when you're ready to go. When you're ready to go, that just
Okay,
keep that in
like
the back
I
of your
said.
head.
Yeah, no.
But that's what Ryan does. That he can't.
That's what I do for work. I didn't. To be clear, I didn't contact Ollie to come and do, like, oh look, I have all this evidence. I didn't.
I contacted.
I didn't. He came
Oh,
to
it's
me.
okay.
Yeah.
I think you should
So
just.
I'm not like you
I
that's
just
holding a
don't
press
understand.
conference and say all these things. I'm not.
For the record, Ryan did not want to come on tonight at all. He cancelled. I had to ring him.
That doesn't make any difference to me. I didn't want to be here tonight either.
Come to think of it, I didn't
Of
want
course
to
you
be
do.
here.
You're trying to do.
Holy shit, me too.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Gosh,
just here
this is
to
just
see
silly.
this sketchy evidence that we're still not seeing, because I've already shown how easy it is. I did it in less than 2 minutes. I produced photos of screenshots of fake text between you and Rich, with a screenshot of the show in it to prove that I just did it. So you know what? Back up.
But what you didn't do, but what you
and
did,
show
you need
us
to
what
knock the
happens.
attitude. I'm really I'm getting tired, Ollie.
I
Like,
do
she's
have a
just,
bad
I'm getting tired of this.
Yeah. I mean, the
I have-
argument.
Welcome to
You have to-
UFOlogy.
I have to go.
You got a show coming up, Rich.
Yeah.
In about 40. No, it's
At
fine,
this
Andy.
point,
Thank
the
you.
only thing we're doing is giving her a platform. And it's getting old.
You have
Just
you
really, this is the right Wayne. Everything about it is right. The guy knows her family, knows all these names. He knows
Please post the
everything.
picture.
He's got
Please bring out his face.
It's the right guy. It's the right guy. I'm not
Let's
worried.
see it.
It's the right guy.
Let's see it. This is going to be very, very embarrassing for you if you continue down this road. I am trying.
I'm not the one kind to say that there's a bunch of things living in a tunnel in the middle of SoCal.
Yes, and I
mean, my goodness, I know you're projecting a lot on me here, but it's kind of getting old. Like, anybody can see right through what you're doing. It's just getting really tiresome.
It's not the right guy, man. It's just not the right guy. And I'm trying to save you from the road that you are going down.
I don't need any help.
Good, get a deal. Oh my goodness, go for it, please.
I have a question. Well, somebody in chat
did. This is just her condescending. Like, this is like, what the heck?
No, I'm not trying to be condescending, man. I'm saying you have got the wrong guy. I am pleading with you to understand.
And I told you I'm okay with it. And I told you I'm okay with that.
Well, then show us the evidence that you claim to have.
I will.
Ollie, right now.
I will. Ollie's going to have the exclusive on it here.
Just give him the photo. Just the photo.
I don't have it yet. I don't have it.
What's the
do you see the text?
Yes.
Look, if I would have come to Ollie and said, "Oh, let me show you all these things," your complaints or what you're saying would be so valid. But that's not what happened here. That's not what's going on here. And Ollie, at this point, we've had many conversations. I kind of need you to stand up here.
Yeah. No. Listen. Anjali, at the end of the day, I believe Ryan is telling the truth completely and nothing but the truth. So help him God.
So then where do you think, how did photos from alltrails.com end up in his line of pics that he took? The shadows all matched up. I've seen them. Please explain.
Yeah, he sent me those, and then he said that was from a trial.
He said they were from a drone. He said
he has the drone footage. No. The drone footage is there. Trust me.
He said that
even tonight, we said that those were from All Trails. No, that's false. That's false.
That they're on.
I have every time the pictures come up. Rich asked me about them here on this show tonight. I said no, those are from an app called All Trails.
That's right. They're from an app called All Trails.
Yes, and that's always been the story. This is like, have you ever heard of a straw man argument?
But Ryan, with what can I just ask? With what Wayne has said today, obviously we both tried to contact him. Does it still stand the deadline? Or is that different?
Are you speaking?
Yeah,
the deadline
is the deadline different?
Yeah. No, let's keep it that. I mean, there's no reason for it not to be.
I'm saying there's a reason for it, and it's because the information that you have is false. And I am having
then just let it go. I mean, you keep saying that. You're awfully bent out of shape about something that you say is false. So just let it go.
Ollie, please, may I finish?
Of course you can. Yep.
Okay, thank you. What the heck? Do you remember what I was saying?
Well, this information is false and going down the wrong road. I'm not sure what you're doing.
Please stop. I have an apology to make for interrupting. I am sorry about that. When I'm interrupted, I do have short-term memory issues, so I'm sorry.
I do too.
Do you?
I think so.
Yes, I used to have the tightest. My mind was like a vault, and it's not quite what it used to be. So I don't remember exactly what I was saying, but I do know that what I would like to say is that so far all that we have received from Ollie is last night, or excuse me, not from Ollie, from Ryan. Last night on the show, he claimed that was evidence he was providing. Every time we asked him to show us evidence of the photos that he took while he was there, and everybody can watch the show and see it. Okay, so I can't be gaslighted into thinking that he said something else or did something else. No, he didn't mention All Trails. He said he provided evidence over and over. He said, well, didn't you see the pictures? That's the evidence. Those are the pictures. I'm providing the evidence right now from alltrails.com. And so now today, what we have is a series of messages that I have shown within about a 2-minute period how easy it is to fake that. And now he's dragging his feet, refuses to reduce a photo. And you guys are saying this is evidence. Come on. Come on. Come on.
I just want to go on record saying I didn't think that was good evidence.
Thank you.
Well, you need to have timestamps and the number, and and if there's a picture, but he can't do that apparently. I don't know
Ollie was
why.
getting all of these things in real time. He would, as this was going on.
I'll vouch for that 100%.
Okay, I know, but it doesn't look like it. Is what she's saying, and
Well,
as
Rich,
somebody, I
Rich,
have to
Rich,
look at all sides of this too. So,
Rich, you know me, okay? You know me.
Yeah.
So when did he give you the evidence?
Yeah. I know, but to the audience, Ollie, to people watching this, they don't have a personal connection to you.
I have my word with Ryan right now. So
I hear you. I know, but I'm just saying what it looks like.
No, I get that, and I don't care about that. That's, but I'm sure the audience will trust me.
I trust that you are telling us the truth right now. What I don't know is who is lying about these photos, because if you have seen the photos, Ollie, I'd really like them to come out, because I have only been in the same area with the couple that I was with that night, as I have said, for about a 15-hour period max. There's no way that they have photos of me and anybody else that I know. And there's no way that they know anyone else that I know. And I'm saying that all the evidence that's being produced right now is either open source information that any of us can go out and scrounge up, or I've shown how easy it is to manipulate and produce fake information. So take it where you want. I think the evidence sucks, and
I'd agree right now. All we've got is, and me and Ryan both said that today. We said the messages will mean nothing. I could bring up the check. The check would mean nothing. But it will come out. I don't know if the aliens will come out the cave though, the tunnel. Listen, with all due respect though, I asked you a question.
Oh, I didn't.
I asked you a question on an Alien Girl show, and you coasted that question in different directions, so that other people piped in with different ideas to what had gone on in there. But my main question was, when you started this, did you tell Wayne what you was going to do?
No. When I first came out with my story, like I had made very clear when I first came out with my story that I had not been in touch with them, that we had lost touch in 2018, and that had been the last time that I had spoken to them, but that I was considering at that point reaching out to them.
How do you lose touch with somebody that has an alien base in their backyard?
You don't understand the nature of experience. It's in somebody else's backyard. What am I supposed? Yeah.
No, how do you lose touch? I mean, I'd be keeping in contact with that person.
You mean harassing them? Because if I send multiple texts and they say, "Hey, he's sick right now," I like to leave people alone. I like to leave them alone. I don't like to continue to push because I have personal boundaries that I respect for others.
Are you saying that because you think that's what I've done?
No, I am telling you because you're saying that you would have done that. And I'm telling you that's not how
I think anybody here on this panel would probably not lose touch with somebody that had an alien base in their backyard. How many races are in there? Like 3 or 4 different races. It's just we do whatever it takes to keep in touch.
Ongoing relationship. The man has been battling cancer for more than 8 years. Okay, I can't help that happens to be true. It's true.
Well, if that's true, how did he go dig a tunnel? If he's battling cancer, how did he dig a tunnel?
I don't know. Maybe one day we'll be able to ask him and he can tell us. I would like that.
I'm just asking. Can I ask you, or you just don't know how somebody that's battling and cancer could go dig a big tunnel that you said is large, and you don't know? Okay.
I just told you.
I have one last thing that I'm gonna say, and then that's it. The difference, and this is meant respectfully. The difference right now between you and I is on this show tonight, you have openly admitted that you have misled at least one YouTube channel intentionally. You have also said that as a result of damage control, you change and alter facts. You said that tonight. I have never.
What?
Nor would I.
I didn't.
That's the difference between you and I.
I didn't say that I change and alter facts to mislead.
You mislead people. That's what that means. Mislead. You did that. You admitted to that tonight.
I already know his Wayne's phone number, Ludacris. The actual Ryan's Wayne as well.
No, we're still talking about how you mislead people. I don't know what this Ludacris is.
I'm looking at the screen.
I'm just saying that's a difference here.
Is there a question or just a series of ridiculous statements? Just please tell me, is there a question?
They were your statements. You are the one who said that you mislead at least one other YouTube channel.
I said that when Steven sent me information and was planning to dox someone at that point, I believed, even if he wasn't, that was what I believed. And I saw an opportunity to, number one, have Steven.
You use the word mislead. Right now, you're just playing word salad. You use the word mislead. You have misled at least.
Just let her answer.
Channel.
I'm trying to answer the question right now.
Let her answer it first.
Yeah, let's hear it. Yeah.
Okay. So, I saw an opportunity to, number one, if I asked Steven to not release the information publicly, but to sit on it until after the expedition, that I would get him an interview. Okay. And now he said that he made it clear that he was not going to release the public his information publicly, but he was going to release that he thought that I was a fraud, or that Wayne was real, but he didn't release the information. Okay, and so in my mind, it makes sense to diffuse the situation, to get people to stop trying to search the Mojave Desert on private property, to stop trying to find my friend, and to potentially, I hope, get people to leave this other man alone if they thought that they had the right person, that maybe they would just wait, that they would just wait. That was, I didn't know what else to do. My friend was becoming increasingly uncomfortable with the direction that things were going publicly, with the things that people were saying. And I was afraid that he would get cold feet and no longer want to communicate with me. So I did it for the right reasons. If you guys want to call me a liar for that, go right ahead. Who among you haven't? So, whatever. Or all of you have lied in your lives. And if any of you sit there and say that you haven't, then you're and we all know it. So I'm trying to explain to you what my motivation was, and you can take it or leave it.
I think, and one, I don't want to keep this going because I live in the UK. This is. I think we could go all night back and forth, but
not if you put the picture out.
Listen,
we could end it.
I will say this. I have every respect for what Ryan does. I've had many conversations with Ryan. I completely and totally believe Ryan has done the research. He has the guy. If it's not the guy, then it's somebody undercover. Okay. It's somebody trying to stop this alien.
Okay. I agree, Ollie.
Okay. There is nothing to put out right now, and that's my respect for Ryan, that I'm not going to put anything out. Plus, I don't have that much to put out, but I do have stuff that I can put that I'm not supposed to put out yet, and I won't, because out of respect for Ryan.
I respect that. What I don't understand is why he won't show you the picture. If you have all the other data, and he has that,
He has the interview, Anjali. He has the interview.
That's great. What I'm saying is that that man, whoever he interviewed, is not the right person, and all I am asking is for the photo.
And even if we'd have played it tonight,
I'm not asking
you.
video.
No, but if we'd have played it, what would you have said?
Well, I would have begun trying to deduce exactly how this came about so that I can decide what I would like to do personally. Because somebody is claiming to have a personal relationship with me that they don't, and they received money from a producer, or a producer is paying someone to lie, or something else. And I don't know what's going on because I've never worked with Ryan. I've never talked with him outside of situations like this. And I'll tell you the reason that I did not communicate with him in the beginning when he was seeking me out was because I did not like what I knew that he was doing, which was he was saying that he planned to take a drone out and fly it around other people's property. And I thought that was unethical, and I wasn't willing to even respond to his inquiries because of that. So you guys can try to drag me through the mud.
Well, I'm not trying to drag anything.
Where did this part come up where I said I was going to go fly a drone? I haven't. The first time I ever spoke about this was yesterday.
No, it was very well known. I had all kinds of people. Yes, it was. I have text.
No, I haven't even had interest in your story or done anything except for the past. What's it been, Scott? Like 10 days?
Yeah, something like that.
Really? That's because I was given your phone number like back in August or maybe the first week of September by Stephen Cambion because you were hounding him endlessly.
That is very false. Scott, I mean, Scott will attest to that.
No, actually, well, if that's true, then, again, this becomes a he said, she said, but, Stephen Cambion was your contact, and I refused to respond to your inquiries. So, yeah.
I think you just got some bad information is all. It's been about 10 days, right, Scott? About that?
Yeah, with your interest, since you've been looking into it.
Guys, I gotta go. I have a show in 30 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you, Rich, for joining us.
Thanks, guys.
What's the show on?
Come on. I might change it.
No, why don't you? I mean, I'm going to put you on the spot here, Rich. But because I have to go to bed. I'm not doing a 4-hour show. I can't do that. I would be dead in the morning. I'd crash my car. But Rich, would you carry on a panel of these lovely people on your show?
No, there's no need to. It's been done.
Yeah, there's really nothing to say. Yeah, I would agree.
I just don't know how far. We haven't got anywhere.
We haven't, unfortunately. This is a repeat of Stephen Cambion show, so there's no reason for me to do anything with it. And I'm pretty sure Anjali is tired of it too. If we're not going to have any evidence, I mean, where do we go from here? I think we're stuck in quicksand at the moment until there's movement with evidence. But I want to thank everybody tonight. I'll see you on GUFON in 30 minutes, hopefully. Anjali, a pleasure.
A pleasure. Thank you.
Take care, guys.
Thank you, Rich. Thank you,
See you,
Rich.
Ryan. See you guys. Bye, Osvaldo.
See ya.
I do have an idea for you guys. If you'd be willing to do that. How about you? We're obviously with your friends, Anjali and what have you, and Ryan. How about you meet up and you go to the place together?
My friends are not interested in having anything to do with this. Have you guys not been listening? They canceled. They don't even.
No, I'm saying go to the fake Wayne. That you believe Ryan has a fake Wayne. Anjali? Why don't you go with Ryan?
Because I'm not in California right now. I mean, this has already been.
Okay,
He's not
but
living in California.
Ryan, would that not get some sort of closure over this?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, if she's saying that she's not in California.
I would be happy to Zoom with you guys. Let's do it. Get your guy. Even if you want to just do it privately and you don't want to broadcast, just send private links and you can send them to whomever you want, as long as Ollie, Scott, Oswald, and Rich and Stephen are there. At least they are able to watch it. And
what are we gonna do? FaceTime with Wayne?
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Why would I want to do that when I already have the guy on camera? That's silly. I already have him on camera. Why would I do that?
Well, I just told you.
That's
So
silly.
that no, it really isn't. So that they can all see what happens when Wayne and I have to talk to each other face to face. Let's do it. Do it. It sounds like he's like really into into you paying him hour by hour for his time. So perhaps you should, save some money and get him on air.
I don't understand what she's at. Does this make sense? Why would I want to do that? Why would I want to do that? I already have the footage. I'm in the process of negotiating a deal with a publishing house. Why would I do that?
No money motivation here. So I'm writing.
I'm not motivated by my money. I'm motivated by truth.
Well, I didn't actually mean a Skype. I didn't mean a Skype conversation. I meant.
So I don't understand why you're so fascinated with Wayne. It's very bizarre. If you're saying that he's fake, then why don't you just say it's fake and just like that's it? But you're hyper focused on him. It's very interesting.
I'm focused on him. Are you kidding me, my darling? It is you who have brought us all together here right now because you say that you have video of my Wayne. I'm not focusing on Wayne. Okay, I have asked everyone to please leave whatever Wayne you have and anyone else alone. Leave them alone. Don't go trying.
We're just hearing the same thing again. I mean, this is like the 5th time she said this. So.
That's right. That's right. I'm very consistent. Very consistent.
That's true. Yes. Oh, yeah, that's true. You are.
Thank you.
You are. Very, very consistent. I'll agree to that.
You are consistent.
It's because what I'm telling you is true.
I don't believe you. I'm sorry.
I know.
I do enjoy speaking to you though, and I think that on a different in a different term or different avenue, we'd probably be friends. But I understand right now you're viewing me as a threat, which is very bizarre considering that you also say I'm the wrong guy. It doesn't compute in my head.
I don't view you as a threat.
Before we get
you
on,
call me names
I want to come to Osvaldo Franco and to Scott Brown on this.
Yeah.
Why, before we do get off, guys, why do you think Ryan would make this story up? So let's go. We're all on team Anjali right now. Why would Ryan make this story up? And then I want you to flip it. And why is that? Anjali, sorry.
Yeah.
It's because so many people have said it. Anjali, so many people have butchered your name. It's craziness. Why do you think Ryan would do this? Let's just step inside another team's shoes for a second here. The flip side, the alien side. The aliens in the tunnel. Team disclosure. Why would Ryan do this?
Basically, if she has something to hide, he could be a secret operative of the Collins elite or some other group trying to stop disclosure of the aliens in the cave. Or he's not lying.
No, he's lying. That's what we're saying right now. He's lying. So then
Clearly,
I
a government
want
operative
to try
trying
and
to
establish
sabotage
the
this
reasons
effort.
to why Ryan would do this.
Yeah, what would I get out of it?
I don't know, man. The payment, a big fat $2
I'm
billion.
not making any money. Ollie's not paying me to be here. Oh, I wish. If it was $2 billion.
No, that's a Stephen Greer joke.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Can I remind everyone that today he's been talking about working with a major network for a deal, and he can provide me with what figure was that? 9-figure deal that he can do that like right now. Okay, so clearly he's got some
thing. Sorry,
I'm not finished, please. And then the second thing is he just talked about writing a book and having a deal with a publishing house. Are you guys not listening?
I never said I was going to write a book. I couldn't write a book if I tried. Where the heck
what
did that
you
come
just
from?
say about a deal with a publishing house?
I don't write books. I've never written a book in my life.
What did you just say about a publishing house? I'm confused. I'm sorry. What did you say about that you have
to put out the content? So I have right now in negotiations with production companies that do work for Netflix and Amazon Prime. They publish content.
Okay, so publishing house isn't.
I don't write books.
No, he meant video.
Very good. Thank you. I misunderstood that, and I appreciate you clearing that up.
No problem.
No problem. But that's the skin in the game. So
here's the thing. Here's the thing. So I know that it seems like I keep interrupting you. I'm in the middle of nowhere in my RV, and I'm just using my cell phone with one bar. So I think I'm about 5 seconds behind. Maybe I want to be clear. I'm not trying to speak over you or anybody else. I just there's a delay in the call. Anyhow, your story as pitched is the biggest story in human history, the biggest. And you say that you've been chosen to do this. That makes you, in context of your story, the most important person on the planet right now. So as a result of those two qualifiers, a 9-figure deal for just a proof of, going to the base, which you say you're going to go, it's all fitting in perfectly. So I just say when you're ready.
I don't have any interest in working with you or
you don't have to work with me.
Deals.
You don't have to work with me.
I'm not interested.
You don't have to do any deal with me.
I am not interested.
I'm saying you have the biggest story in human history. Say again? I just heard like her screaming at me or something. I don't know. Say again. Remember, I have like a 5-second delay.
Yeah, she's saying something, so let her finish, Ryan.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just like 5 seconds behind. So sorry about that.
No, what was it even that I was talking about? Or I can't even remember anymore. This is so convoluted and ridiculous.
Anjali, Ryan said that you've got the biggest story in human history ever. You have the biggest thing here ever. Okay? That's why?
I don't know. But I don't know. They say that I volunteered to come here and to tell people this and to be a catalyst for consciousness. To be a messenger, to like literally just be like a mouthpiece and have them tell humanity things. I didn't know we were going to even end up here. This is not what, but I mean, they say that I signed up for it.
They can't do it themselves.
I don't understand. I'm sorry.
They can't represent and speak for themselves.
They are speaking for themselves. They're speaking to us.
I mean, directly.
They cannot speak for themselves. What do you mean?
He means like not speaking through you.
Yeah, I mean, they can. I'm pretty sure they'll allow them to take a Twitter account or something, or they could throw up a YouTube channel.
Yeah,
it's the same way we're doing.
The beans,
quite honestly, and then there's no a chance of misinterpretation or projection because they would be speaking directly themselves.
Yeah.
Do you think that we're actually ready for that? Do you think that
No
we're
one
ready?
is ever ready for anything, and that's just an excuse to not do things, basically, in life,
Well, it's
in any
my
aspect. Whenever that shows its head, it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. If they really want us to know, they would show up like they do.
Well, they're saying
Yeah.
that this is a consciousness movement, that this is a consciousness evolution, that humanity is at the end of a cycle of experiential learning, while the Earth, or this planet, is at the end of a cycle of its own, a cycle of consciousness development.
Therefore, isn't it
Yeah.
even more important that they show
Wait
up
for-
physically themselves instead of relying on a human being?
Well, why?
Whenever, or not, when
Right.
human beings are notoriously unreliable,
Tell them
especially
that.
when it comes to those things.
I can't
Yeah.
help it. I hear you. I understand. I'm not saying that you have to believe that they are communicating with me, but I'm telling you that my experience is genuine, that I was there. It was a physical location. And that this is one of the biggest stories, I think, in human history. I realize that. And
It's kind
and
of
I
like
think,
Stephen Grier's story, and a
Huh?
couple of other people's stories. Are those
What?
also the biggest stories ever?
I don't know. That's what you guys are saying. You're saying this is the biggest story. Now I characterize it and you want to argue about it. I mean, you guys.
No, I said that. I did.
Well, everybody.
Why can't the
did not.
aliens come out of the tunnel?
Nodding heads. So nobody else spoke, but you guys had nodding heads. Maybe not every one of you, but it seemed to be like, yeah.
Oh.
So anyway,
Why can't they come out of the tunnel? Why can't they just come to your house? I don't understand why everything is predicated on the tunnel. Why, if they're interdimensional, and they
is
come
there
here
a
for, why are they like
possibility that-
landlocked in the tunnel?
I don't.
Is JFK Jr. in the tunnel too?
What? Oh, you think that's funny?
No, he's talking. He's
I know
referring.
exactly what he's talking about, and it's it's not.
Yeah,
It's not
to
funny.
the-
I'm associated with those
the
people.
big conspiracy.
Yeah, I'm not associated with
Junior?
So, Anjali,
Junior.
you have not been, involved with ufology for a long time. It hasn't been very long.
I haven't really been my involvement with ufology began when I opened a Twitter account. I mean, so far before then, all I was doing was like dragging through Twitter, trying to better understand what I was experiencing and seeing what other people.
Was somebody faking you were on Reddit? You had Reddit since 2018.
Why do you keep saying Reddit? No, I was on Reddit. I just said that, and I just explained that.
You said Twitter. Or you said Twitter.
Excuse me. I meant to say Reddit. My mistake.
So,
Okay, no problem.
So what I was trying to get to was, you do realize, and I don't know how much on this subject you have read, and like I said, I've been doing it for over 30 years. So you do realize that there's been many, many people that have come forward saying the same things that you're saying.
I have only I'd say a very peripheral understanding of that, because you can imagine that after I came out with my experience on Reddit, and then I started my Twitter account, that it's been a pretty nonstop effort that I have been involved in, and I haven't taken the time to learn about that history, because I understand that there is one, and that you guys have experienced maybe you have some PTSD even from believing people, having faith in people, waiting, and then being duped time and time again. If that's,
maybe.
I'm not even kidding. Like I think that could
It's definitely caused me to, like I said, it's like a trigger.
Mm-hmm.
And if I see someone come in and they've got this outrageous story, I'm really an evidence person, so I want to look for evidence, data, things like that. So if it's just a story for me, it's really, I don't know, it just triggers something in me. I guess it's going through it a million times.
Right. And feeling frustrated, because then when you start getting into people like myself, and I believe there's a John Ramirez and others coming forward who are sharing our experiences, it becomes difficult to believe that any of it could be true. I have my worldview was pretty shattered in 2018, and with this experience in the base, I mean, it turned everything upside down, and I can see how for other experiencers they may be. I'm sure that it has affected them as deeply as it affects me.
Sure.
I just happen to be a person who, in the past, did something that was very evidentiary based. I had to, for every suggestion that or conclusion that I would reach, I had to be able to get it through a team of other analysts, as we would all essentially cross-examine each other after we would finish our analysis to make sure that we were solid, that we had considered everything, and that our evidence was there. So this is really difficult for me, and it makes the expedition team something that keeps, really coming full force into my life. This notion of it, and this almost compulsion to try to go out and be able to gather this evidence, because I have been so evidence driven and logic driven. I could have never done the kind of work that I did if I wasn't that kind of person who knew how to do this. So not having the evidence is very difficult, and it's part of probably what drives me forward, and can make me, I think, I became imbalanced because I was not respecting the journey that Wayne is on to the degree that I should have, at a time that's really difficult for him, because of his health and how difficult all of just seeing all of this has been, and fear of being revealed and dragged through the dirt, and have his property stormed, and his privacy lost. So that's where we are, and that's it. I don't want your money. I don't have a YouTube channel that I put up and try to get anything from. I spend time moving around to other people and just facing the skeptics and the questions, and doing my best. That's what I do. Whatever.
I'm sorry. Did you say you don't have a YouTube channel?
I don't have a YouTube channel where I have a show. I don't have a show.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not raising money or doing anything like that. Everybody understands that there's a YouTube channel where you can find a few videos. None of them are monetized, of course, because I don't want your money.
So Anjali, Rich from GUFON, he has said for a long time, never going to happen. This will happen. And he did predict pretty much what's happened.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you've said that it's us that's made that happen. You said
I said there are many factors in it, and that one is his health, and that he has been very stressed out by the way that other people have been doxxed publicly, and how that he is afraid of what will happen if anybody finds out who he is. It's ridiculous the way that this is played out, and I'm sorry for my part in it. I'm sorry that I didn't check my story better.
Can I just say, you seem like an extremely intelligent woman.
Well, thank you.
You seem extremely intelligent. I think I reckon you've got a really high IQ.
I reckon that you're correct, but I don't understand.
So, somebody who's extremely intelligent that goes to an alien base, that meets aliens, and then they make a great friend called Wayne, whatever he's called. He's probably not called Wayne. So I said all along I said this to Ryan. I said, you would have no reason to if you were lying, you'd have no reason to actually tell us the real person's name or even a real location if it was just a story. But here's my issue.
That doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. Okay, so if it's just a story, okay, like I said, I think you're selling a story. I think it's going to be maybe a tester for a book, so you can go to a publisher and say, look at the traction that this has done.
No, I'm sorry.
Okay, but what I'm asking you is right now is you are intelligent, extremely, but if this is if this is real, why did you go out to the public and release everything after one visit?
Why didn't I go right then?
No, after one visit, and you say you didn't ask Wayne. You didn't ask Wayne. You just decided you were going to do this. You had so much. You had so much respect for the guy. Yeah. You're a very intelligent lady, and you could have done so much more with this, but instead, after one visit, you came out with this story after one visit.
That's right.
Why after one visit?
Well, because I had
because you could have gone so many more times.
No,
you could.
I have made that very clear that is not the case, that I did not even have contact with them. How could I? What did you want me to do? You want me to trespass on this man's property? I'm sorry, I'm not.
I thought you was friends though. You were good friends. So did you do something wrong? Did you do something wrong that you couldn't go back again?
No. That
so
is
why
not
after one visit?
Yes. After one visit. Because number one, it confirmed all of my conscious contact that I had been having for the leading up the 3 weeks before then. Okay. And then, and number two, he gave me his information. I knew that he was a real person. I was standing there in front of them, and everything that I was experiencing was a tangible physical experience. Okay. Now, when I first came out sharing my experience, I had no intention of sharing my name. Okay. I was terrified. I started calling ex-coworkers and peers and friends to let them know, because I was afraid that maybe somebody would dox me, and that they would hear about it through something that was just really terrible. And so I thought, I really need to let them know that this entire experience happened to me. So I called multiple coworkers, and let me tell you that it was extremely difficult to do, but I felt so strongly about the tangibility, the physical tangibility of my experience, that I was certain that the base is there. And my ongoing communication with them has verified that the base is there. So why did I come out and tell my story before I talked to Wayne? Because when I told my experience, like I said, I didn't see any of this coming. And so I don't need anyone's permission to share my story. I was extremely naive in the way that some people chose to respond. I didn't know the lay of the land of this community. I literally was shoved, stumbled, however you want to put it, into it in mid-March, and so I really, I'm very far behind in the history of the community. If I had known more about the history of the community, I may have asked the beings if we could do it a different way. I didn't. I made a lot of mistakes, and I do feel that it's naivety. I'm not saying that's not to be confused with the idea of innocence. I'm not trying to say, oh, I'm just such a shameless, innocent little person that I didn't know. I'm saying I was genuinely naive about how the rapidity level at this year of UF Twitter's need for evidence. I had no idea what I was getting into. I had no idea what was going on here.
No, you didn't.
That was pretty clear, right?
Yeah. So I have one more question for you. I believe it was in 2000. Now you said this experience you had took place in 2018.
Yes.
So in 2016, I believe it was, you posted a picture on Instagram of a tunnel carved out of rock with a bright light at the end of the tunnel. So what was the significance 2 years before the event even happened?
I was in San Francisco with a very good friend of mine, and we were at the coast, and I took probably about 500 pictures on that trip. And that one I thought was very beautiful. And I remember I know exactly what pic you're talking about, but it's just on the coast in San Francisco. We can probably find it, pics of it, not my pic, but pics of it, out there that other people have taken. So right. It was a very beautiful view. Very beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anjali, do you understand the frustration that do you understand why people don't believe the story?
Yes, of course.
Do you understand why we're doing this?
Well, I'm not sure what exactly it is that we're doing because I thought we would come on here.
You came on here. You didn't have to. I didn't even invite you. You came on the show. You wanted to come on the show. That's fair enough. And you got.
He was saying he was
hands down amazing for doing that.
Yes.
But there's so many people in this field that are frustrated with the bullshit.
That's not my fault. And I'm not to cause for the 70 years of bullshit that you guys want to pin on me. So back off on that. It's not my fault.
Okay, that's absolutely fine. So you are certainly, but are you going to deliver? Are you going to deliver anything?
I don't know. I'm going to continue communicating, and I'm going to I'm not sure exactly what comes next as far as how.
Because why don't you did they only have one base? Because if you speak to them, why don't you could ask them if they have another base. Because if you can't use Wayne's base, use another one. Use Bob's base.
Are you done?
Right. Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm trying not to interrupt you.
I'm done. I'm done.
I do not know why they want this location. I have no idea.
Have you asked them if they have another base?
I have. There are many bases that can be found many around our world.
Mm-hmm. But they want you to take humans to this specific base. They have asked you to do that, or have you just decided to do that?
Oh no. They asked me to do that, and so going back to your timeline earlier, When I came out with my story, I wasn't planning on doing any of this coming forward, not planning on the press conference. After I said that I thought that I might try to reconnect with him, I did indeed try to reconnect with him. And it was a slow process. And then the expedition team was announced after several weeks of me not wanting to do it, and feeling a little sick to my stomach thinking about it, just knowing that I didn't have any idea how this was going to turn out, because I had not even reconnected with them. And so I understood at that time that I was really putting my neck on the line by saying that I would like to do this and that I'm going to go have a press conference. And so they kept telling me that it was going to be fine, that they would reconnect. And lo and behold, they did. And we reconnected before the press conference. Now, if we had not reconnected before the press conference, I would have shared my experience. I would have shared my intention to reconnect and my intention to gather a team to discuss the experience and potentially
this we have heard. We've heard.
Well, I'm giving you the timeline.
No, I know. I keep getting the timeline. What I want to know, what I think you should do before I leave the show, because the show, I'm not going for any longer, is contact the aliens and just say, can we use a different base because Wayne's not on board?
They're saying that everything is fine.
They say that's fine.
No, they're saying that everything is fine, and they're just telling me to be still and be quiet, like to just be still and be quiet. That everything is fine. So something else is moving that I don't know about, and maybe we'll see what it is. But I think we all need to get over. At least I do. I need to get over to GUFON, because apparently he has Orion Adventures Wayne on tonight, and so I need to be present there.
Yes. I am going to end the show anyway, because I Mr. GUFON, I love you, my friend. Me and him are like brothers from another place. Yeah.
Perhaps.
Anjali, I would like to thank you for coming on tonight. I think you've got a lot of courage, and
yes,
I don't know. I'll be honest with you, and because I'm just an honest person, I really don't believe your story at all.
I understand. It's okay.
But I like you. I do. I think you're. I think you're nuts. I think you're completely nuts, and I don't mean nuts as in crazy. I mean just to come on a show like this, and Stevens and Alien Girl, when there's so many people that don't believe you. But
I have conviction, and I stand by exactly what's happening. I have offered even to be polygraphed. I'm ready to meet this Wayne tonight and look him in the eyes and try to figure out what's happening. So I'm just here trying to keep it clean as we move forward, because I don't want these waters to be any muddier than they have to be. I think we can get some clarity here, and we might have to be patient for a little while. I don't know. But I do know that it's important to address what's happening right now with this developing situation with this other Wayne who owns some real estate. So, yeah.
Okay.
I thank you for your time, and I thank everyone.
Thank you. Scott Brown, thank you so much for joining us. I would like to get you on again, just me and you.
Sure. Thanks for having me, Ollie.
Yeah, no, you're welcome. Anytime, mate. It's the first time we've kind of conversed in person. But yeah, no, I like to dabble in the community, just nip in and out like a little British ninja. And Oz, as always, my friend, I love you very much. As much love him or hate him, he is a true UFOlogist. Scott Brown, you should have Osvaldo on the show at some point. He's this guy. He's got some stories to tell.
Nice
And-
meeting you, Oz.
Pleasure. I'm usually more talkative, but today I was being a little bit more analytical.
Yeah.
And Ozzy's doing a lot of work, people, behind the scenes.
Yes.
Love him or hate him, he is the research he's doing is incredible.
We're
And
trying to do something, Ali and I. We'll see what happens with this. Right now, fingers crossed.
so many people hold me under like secrecies. So many people just trust me. It's stupid.
Yeah, but we
Stupid.
can't tell them what we're doing because then they'll know. It's supposed to be a surprise.
You got to, yeah. I believe in surprises. Ryan, are you still there, my friend? You've been on mute.
I still am. No, I'm still here.
Ryan, thank you so much for tonight. I think I don't know if we got anywhere. I'll be honest with you, but I'm glad we had I think it was as civil as it could possibly get.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, agreed, 100%.
And I enjoyed
everybody was a gentleman. Nobody, and I bit my tongue a lot in that situation. Quite a bit, too much, in fact. Jaw's hurting. But we have to be able to have civil discourse.
But I just want to say, I want to say something to anybody that's watching this that may think that Ryan doesn't have anything. He does. He's just got a lot of integrity for his clients or potential clients, and also he has a job to do. There is no it's how can I word this right? It's nothing personal.
If I had contacted you and said, "Hey, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna show all this evidence," and that people should have a pitchfork in my front yard, if that's what happened. But that's not what happened, as you know. You contacted me, and I said that I'll do the very best I can. And that's where we are. So, but again, I wasn't coming out and making a claim or anything. So. Or contacting a show host or something.
Yeah, Ryan, honestly, keep doing the work, mate. Don't let people put you off doing this work, because what you've done with the Travis Walton case, what you've done with this case so far, and I know what you've done. Scott knows what you've done. I'm sure Stephen knows what you've done. At some point, we may have a different interview.
Yeah, let's see what happens. Happens. I mean, we did discuss that maybe it's the wrong lane. Again, like I said, it would just be a huge coincidence. Again, given all the qualifiers of who the guy is, but
that's a conspiracy in itself. If it's the wrong lane,
right? It sure is. Yeah, it sure is. But I think you and I talked about this. Scott and I have talked about it. I think as recently as yesterday, Scott.
Yep.
Are we sure this is the right lane? Maybe not, but maybe not. And that's okay.
I mean, and if it's not, then the guy who's faking that he is Wayne went online and looked at this whole case and gathered all this info.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only way.
Yeah, it's. I would agree. A lot of things would have to fall into place, but we'll see. I mean,
Ryan, I would sit back.
It's the wrong guy.
I would sit back till December 15th. Just sit back now. Just let the chips fall where they may.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Anyhow, I've got 2% left here on my phone. I don't want to just disappear. Thank you so much. I enjoyed talking tonight.
Ryan, welcome on the show at any point, mate. I really respect the work you do and the work that you're gonna do, because you've not always been. Ryan's link is in the description below, and I would urge people to do more work in the UFO community, because I think some of these cases might leave a sour taste in his mouth, but he's a very talented man. And I believe having somebody like Ryan on our side when it comes to actually going out. And before you do go, Ryan, I just want to state for the record here, there's been 3 nights talking to Ryan. I think it's 3 or 2. 3. I think it's been 3. And
yeah, something like that. Yeah.
And Ryan has developed a passion for the subject because he does think there's something there, and he doesn't want to see this subject getting shit on, but he also wants to make money off it. Let's not be let's not beat about the bush here, people. Otherwise, he would release what he has right now.
Right.
But I respect that. So, guys, without further ado, I'm going to say goodnight. God bless. Mind the bugs don't bite. And buy my and buy my area.
Give you a
t-shirt. Yeah, you give Scar a ring.
That's nice.
A t-shirt.
Yeah, I'll talk
I
to
like
you
that.
soon.
I'm 115.
All right. See you guys.
See you later, mate. See you later, mate.
Good night.
Good night. God bless. Osvaldo Franco. Good night. God bless.
Always,
the
brother.
bugs don't bite, my friend. Scott Brown.
Thanks, Ollie.
Thank you for just. It's craziness.
Yeah.
The drama in this field is crazy. But
We'll talk again.
But I've got to go to bed with my crazy wife that is probably going to punch me in the side of the face to say, you woke the children twice this evening.
All right, Ollie. I'll see you.
Guys, thank you so much for being with us tonight. Whether you believe Anjali's story or not, that's completely up to you, and I don't judge on that. I personally don't. Personally, I do not believe that. I think she's a great woman. I really do. I think she's a great person. I think she's definitely there's something about her. And I think she's got a lot of zazz to come on these shows and keep persistently telling this story. I don't think she's crazy. Definitely don't think she's crazy. I think I personally think we're going to see a book at some point. It's going to be a great book, and I wish her the best of luck. But people in the UFO field, we get, well, I say we, I don't give a shit. You get hurt. You feel like you've been shit on so many times. I get it, but I kind of get what it is now. And the reason why I don't believe Anjali's story is because I don't think that is what it is, people. I think along the journey, you will see so many people come on this channel telling a story. And there's so many people that in the past have been on this show that have told truth. I don't think the truth belongs to aliens that you see on the TV programs. I don't think that's what it is. I think it's something completely different. And I think you're all looking in the wrong direction. I was looking in the wrong direction for many years, but I will get to the bottom of this, and I'll have a glass of wine along the way, because you've got to. But I enjoy each and every one of you. If anybody wants to support the show, the Patreon link is in the description. It's always welcome because it supports the channel. I pay for this every month, this StreamYard and the video editing software. That's how my wife lets me do it. If there's an odd super chat or a chip in now and again. Okay, right, that's it. But the main thing for me, that's the wife telling me to do that, is the thumbs up and the sharing on different social media platforms, because that will rise me like the ginger phoenix that I am. And maybe I can get a green screen at some point to stop you seeing this carnage that is my living room, that is really my children's playroom. Good night, God bless. Mind the bugs don't bite. I'm Alien Addict. Like, share, and subscribe. And, stick up for UFOlogy because you love it. the subject. We all love it. I'm very red tonight. I've just realised I'm wearing red and a red hat. I've got red. I'm off. I only had 2 cans of lager and a glass of wine.